Bro. Hola. I almost feel like I don't know how to stream anymore. Feels awkward being online. What is up? Holy moly, how you guys doing? There's been so much that's been happening. And it's a lot of really kind of like politics, but it's stuff that's happening around us, from the ICE arrests to I don't know, all the political stuff, to that Florida principal. I have a bunch of clips to try to kind of catch up a bit. So yeah, the game last night, these people went crazy after they won. Somebody knocked their head unconscious last night. They took over the streets. The NFL win. What is it, the Eagles? I don't watch football. NFL Eagles. They went crazy last night. Not as crazy as when the Dodgers won in California, but that guy blew his hand off. But some guy knocked himself unconscious. What's up? Holy moly. Oh, Chicago. I heard about Chicago. Thanks, guys. Thank you. What are you guys feeling with all this ICE stuff going on? People are upset. People are angry. People are outraged. People thought I got deported. Somebody said ICE. Oh, turn on Streamlabs? I don't know. Let me see. I forgot. I don't even know if Streamlabs knows what to do anymore. I don't know if I can sign in. I'm going to try to get it running while we watch some clips. Streamlabs. Let's go Deportations. Get them out of here. They were tearing up the streets last night, man. Let me see. Cloudbot. Enable. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to fix this later. It's looking kind of weird. All right. Let's get started anyway. Everything's all... What is this? Boom, boom, boom. I loaded the screen before. It didn't have all this stuff. Now it has it. I'm going to play a couple of funny clips. The deportations, what do I think about it? I mean, I think we have an immigration problem. I think it needs to happen, or at least secure the border. It's I feel like it is an open border. Here's some funny clips to kind of relieve the tension, or maybe some people get pissed off. I don't know. I saw Selena Gomez. We're gonna cover that too. I want to play her clip. She was crying. Oh, why is she crying? Well, she said her people are being hurt or something. But she has so much money, she could fund protecting. I don't know. Could she?
Yeah, hello?
I thought
this is an officer with ICE doing...
Hi, Mel. Hope you and family all good. Good to see you.
I forgot about that voice. Oh, my God. Thank you, Courthouse. Thank you for the 22 months.
Well, I'm an American citizen. Well, we have questions that'll determine that answer. Okay. How many points are scored in a football game? 6. We want to make America... great again. Who's the best female artist? Taylor Swift. All right, last question. Can you say Walmart?
There you go.
Raging Cajun Lobster Milo Dogface donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Mel, you were definitely missed. Heart folded hands, light skin tone.
Sir, can you say... Yes, I know. Walmart. No.
Yo, rated his ass. Yo, this clip. So we're playing a little bit of catch up. So I'm sorry. So if you've seen this, I'm sorry. This was so wild. I saw this the other day, and I'm like, it says criminal illegal from Haiti with 17 convictions yells F Trump and Biden forever. Like he likes Biden. Like you know, he's whatever. As he's taken into custody. This was wild when I saw it.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with...
Especially, listen, a lot of the people that are being taken out are criminals, man. So I don't know who would be against that. Why would anybody be against that? Some of the people that are criminals, murderers, some rapists, like why would anybody be against removing these people? You know?
17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro.
Biden forever. That's crazy. Thank you, Obama, for everything. I couldn't believe when I saw this.
For everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
That's what happens a lot. Some of these people, I don't know how the whole thing works, but like a lot of people are charged and then they're just released and they're just, you know, roaming around.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama? And this Dominican illegal alien, charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin.
Not the Dominicans.
Trafficking.
We're gonna talk about the Colombian president too. We're gonna talk about that later. That was interesting.
Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally.
So that's what's happening with some of these people. Right? What I heard some of the situations is that so they're targeting these people here illegally that are criminals, and they in these houses, I guess, or structures, apartments, whatever, and they're with other people that are illegal too. So they're just taking them all in, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Emily. I don't know anybody would be against that.
This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately.
All right, so let's keep it moving though. But I saw that clip a while back, a couple of days ago, and I couldn't believe. I had to show it to my mother. I was like, "Yo, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous." Savage says, "Did you see the Tom Homan brought Dr. Phil?" So I have that clip. I haven't watched it yet. I was waiting for you guys to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I am gonna play it. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this was hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw this. I like this guy. He's on Valuetainment show. This guy Vincent. This guy's really funny. He's talking about Gavin Newsom.
Governor Newsom, wildfires have destroyed millions of acres of the state, displaced countless amounts of family. Do you take responsibility for any of this, and is there anything more you think you could have done?
Not really. I think these fires were very devastating.
They say supposedly Newsom has a thing with his hands that he does, like overly excessive, you know? Colombia should have to cover the cost. Oh, true. I agree. Renee, I agree with that. They should cover the cost of those 2 flights turned away. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And he ended up caving in, too.
I think the full scope of what actually has happened, we're not there yet. Okay, these people's houses are just destroyed. People are suffering. People are sad. But we're Californians. We're going to push through. We're going to push through. And where we're going, the vision is 10 times bigger than anybody else can even imagine.
Former President Trump has recently criticized your leadership, saying that you failed California. What's your response to him?
I think he really does the shifting thing too. He does like the shifting.
And what does the future of California look like?
To be honest with you, I try to block that rhetoric, because the words that come out of his mouth, all the words out of his lips, they don't mean anything to me. He needs to use these more, because the future of California is bright. It's so bright. When you really try to look at it, I mean, really, really look at how bright it is, you're going to need shades to live in California 24 hours a day.
Critics are saying that you're all hand gestures and no action. What's your response to that?
I think people are wrong. Okay, they need to wake up. I speak with passion. I speak with fire, no pun intended. And I feel if I use my hands a lot, people won't be focused on the lies that are coming out of my mouth, because I lie a lot. So I want to distract them with my hands.
Interesting. Wait.
What?
Where'd my gum go?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. Oh, would you look at that? You know what? This gum.
Yeah, when he eats it to conserve it, to not waste or put it in nature or something.
It's just like California. It's sticky, it's resilient, and it'll bounce back.
You're a scumbag.
Thank you.
So he's really funny. That's Vincent. He's on Twitter. He's on the Valuetainment podcast, which I really like. I listen to them sometimes. Good content. Yo, Hypnotize, how you doing? How did everything turn out? From the last time we know they're going to take entire families, we're about to find out how much immigrants contribute to our economy. Fruit rotting in the fields, construction sites empty. We're going to find out. Oh, this was really funny. I don't know how much of this I can play on screen. It's Cat Williams. I listened to a few of this. Cat Williams just told the most hilarious jokes about Trump. Let's see how
Trump is not fucking around. Day one. That motherfucker did some shit that we thought only God.
Still got a Christmas stuff.
Trump is in day one. We thought only God could do. Day one. Some people went to sleep. Woke up. Trump had took their whole gender away. God damn! Your whole badussy is gone, bitch. That's a penis. They ain't even got no bathrooms or nothing. Trump don't give a fuck.
That's crazy, man. He's really making waves, right? This was a really, really funny clip. I've played this before, too. I thought this was so hilarious. This guy, I don't know who this is. Oh, I guess maybe Typical Elliot. Maybe that's his name on there. Typical Elliot. I've played this clip a couple of times, and it's just maybe it's more funnier now than it was before when I first saw it.
Donald Trump won, and I am very, very afraid that he might deport my mother-in-law. She entered illegally to the country, and she lives in Street 4, number 47, apartment D, New York. I am very, very concerned. That's right behind the green apartment. Yeah. I have nothing bad happen to her. The gate is always open. You don't have any dogs either.
The gate is always open. Don't have any dogs either. It's behind the green place. Damn, bro. Savage, man. This was kind of funny, too, and then we'll get to some of the more, I guess, serious stuff, but kind of serious, I guess, somewhat. GTA 6, man. This is the one game. I don't really game anymore, but GTA 6, I'll start gaming again. If GTA 6 comes out, they were joking saying that he wrote an executive order. They have to release it in 2025, I think.
And lastly, sir, we have an executive order requiring Rockstar Games to release GTA 6 in 2025 and drop a second trailer next week.
That's a big one, huh?
Great having you back
people
at
are waiting for this.
Ignat, mods, chat,
Thank you,
woman
Miss JMD.
raising hand, purple heart.
I hope the husband's doing good. Thank you.
Prolonged for years. For
Your
decades.
Years, decades.
And everything will be revealed. Okay?
Amazing, Joe. Make that happen. All right, so apparently, Katrina has sent me this. This is brand new news, I guess 6 hours ago. Fake ice truck hoax leaves community on edge. What in the hell is going on?
This entire shopping center here in Durham is full of businesses catering to the Hispanic community, all centered around this grocery store. And while this turned out to be a hoax, it was still enough to create a lot of concern in the community. As busy shoppers grab their groceries at Compare Foods, some a little on edge after seeing this. Take a look at this truck. You can see what looks like the ICE logo.
I don't know. Should I not be laughing at that? I don't know. So somebody got a fake ice truck?
Logo on the side, and someone driving around in uniform. It was enough to create rumors of an immigration raid at the store, but it was all a prank. Now the picture.
It's just somebody that was tired of the long lines and the parking lot always full, so they
They're making the rounds on social media and creating fear in the community. Many I spoke to in Spanish said they'd heard about what happened, but didn't want to go on camera. But Rosy de Leon, originally from Mexico, but who's called Durham home for 8 years, had a message for the driver. I asked her what this prank meant for the community. En miedo aquí en Durham.
Bueno, para mí lo que está sucediendo es...
She told me it's sad that people would try and take advantage of the situation and the fear within the community right now, and these kinds of antics only embolden people to create more.
It's been a shit show. I missed the inauguration too. I didn't even get to watch that. I heard it was good and funny. I didn't get to watch that. I mean, the last couple of days I've been kind of just bookmarking stuff when I can. I kind of haven't really been online, but I've been just kind of bookmarking when I can, thinking, like, looking what's interesting. It's been a complete, just crazy insanity.
More of a panic in the public. It all comes amid news from the Trump administration that previously safe zones like schools and churches would no longer be off limits to ICE. This week, Durham Mayor Leo Williams making it clear to ABC 11 the city supports immigrants.
What do you guys think about that? Are they really targeting schools? That's what I thought I had heard. I have to look it up somewhere in Chicago.
The taxpayers of Durham do not pay the Durham Police Department to be an extension of ICE.
Back at Compare Foods, some also wanting to stick up for their neighbors in uncertain times.
Schools tell parents their kids are safe from ICE arrest on campus. But another article says nothing is off limits. Chicago officials walks back claim repeated by government that ICE raided school. So this was 2 hours ago. They're walking it back because I heard some type of like going back and forth. What's true? What's not true? Chicago officials apparently walk back, repeated by government that ICE raided school. Reveal what really happened.
ICE, you're not even Department of Justice.
I thought I heard it was like Secret Service or something. ICE said agents never arrived at the Hamlin Elementary School located in Chicago's back of the Yards neighborhood, and the U.S. Secret Service released a statement saying it was their agents who stopped by on Friday to investigate a threat made against an unspecified government official. Chicago Public Schools later admitted their mistake, citing a misunderstanding. So that whole thing is scrubbed. That's not, I guess, fake news or whatever they call it. Misunderstanding, I guess. They said it was Secret Service. But they're also saying, and I have a couple of clips, there's teachers saying, we're not opening our doors for ICE. There's even a teacher that says she has a whole escape route, like a whole multiple routes to escape and run for the kids.
Or anything like that, so just cut it out. Leave people alone. No one's bothering you.
Even just in my school, where like there hasn't been ICE or like deportations, there's been a lot of talk about it, and it's so to like drive around and kind of like fearmonger, knowing that people are like super terrified of that right now, especially in like Hispanic neighborhoods, is insane to me.
In the meantime, Compare Foods says they filed a police report and are seeking legal action against the people responsible.
I wonder, can those people really get in trouble? Maybe some type of lawsuit? I don't know.
They posted this message on their Instagram, trying to reassure customers it's safe to shop there, saying, quote, fear, especially in such uncertain times, can spread like wildfire, and we are
I wonder how, like, if sales dipped that day, like nobody showed up with the ICE truck in the parking lot.
committed to standing up against those who seek to exploit these vulnerabilities. Now, we have reached out to Durham Police for comment. So far, we have not heard back. In general, it is considered a crime to impersonate officers, including ICE officers.
Maybe they can get them on that. That's true. Maybe,
but again, in this case, it's still unclear if any charges will be filed. In Durham, Tom George.
So that was something interesting. Fake ICE truck. Craziness. Close some of these tabs because I have so many open. Says, watch MSM leftist freak out over Trump's explosive first
When
week.
some people in the middle and back in your own
Pickle
party,
tits.
Megan, I mean, this is just a
Thank you for the 16 months, man. Hope you're doing good.
suggestion. You might want to declassify some of what was known about where, say, the missing children were and still are.
That's what I heard, too. I heard something about all these missing children were found, or are there just a bunch of missing
Those
children?
sorts of details under the last administration, because it is apparent now that those questions are good questions. I'll get to this. It looks like some in the liberal media are having a hard time swallowing the president's wildly productive week. Watch.
Donald Trump's first net approval rating of his second
Christina
term
Rojas
is high.
donated $5 through Super Chat. So glad to see you back. Had us worried. I didn't get a YouTube notification. Thank
Christina.
God for FB haha.
Christina, thank you so much. I did put out community posts a couple days after, but quite a few people told me they never got a notification. So I guess maybe that's not the best way to communicate. I don't know. I maybe I should have emailed too. I posted something 3 days ago, and it had like 1,000 or 1,100 likes, but I got a lot of comments. Still, people told me they never saw it. So yeah, but thank you, I appreciate it.
Higher than his entire first term, and I was interested. Has that ever happened? Donald Trump is the only.
I have a hard time believing this.
This is 100% true.
It's a way of being that is always about a transaction rather than a relationship. America is so powerful that it's quite possible that Trump will succeed in getting these discounts as he threatens other countries, most of them friends, allies, and partners. But in doing so, he will lose the goodwill generated over decades of American foreign policy.
Well, then there was this interesting question.
On a fascism scale of 1 to 10, with 10
Sharika
being
KC donated $10 through Super Chat. Miss Yao Mel, so glad you're back. Sparkling heart, sparkling heart, sparkling heart.
Thanks so much for the 10. Emily, no, I haven't seen a motorcycle police chase. What? I haven't. Ellen, my God, what's up?
peak fascism, how would you rate Trump's first week?
Oh, multiple choice questions. Always difficult.
Please go to the Alex Show store.
Fascism. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys have heard about this too. I saw this days and days ago, but apparently this is kind of wild. I don't know. They're proposing a bill in Mississippi that would pay $1,000 to bounty hunters for each successful deportation of an illegal that they help facilitate. Yo, imagine that, like on some purge shit, or like, or just imagine Dog the Bounty Hunter. $1,000 bounty. Whoa.
Bill that would allow certified bounty hunters to assist in identifying and reporting undocumented immigrants was introduced in the Mississippi House of Representatives. The bill, proposed by the DeSoto County District Attorney and authored by State Rep Justin Keene, would create the Mississippi Illegal Alien Certified Bounty Hunter Program. This program would offer a $1,000 reward to registered bounty hunters for each successful deportation they help facilitate. Bill that would allow...
Wow, man. The purge, man. It's here. This lady, I don't know if I'm going to play the whole video, but there was a whole birthright citizenship. That's become like a thing of controversy. I don't know what the current stance is now. Birthright citizenship. They were talking about. Oh, so the last I heard, it got. I think it got like, I forgot what the Supreme Court, they restricted it, or I forgot what they did. It's getting pushed to somebody else. Birthright citizenship. I guess they wanted to take it away. Some people are saying it's unconstitutional. Could the Supreme Court back Trump on the birthright citizenship? And that's basically from what I believe. Like, let's say somebody comes here illegally, and then they have a baby. That person just boom automatically is a citizen, you know. And then I don't know. They say that sometimes the parents attach themselves to that, or they, whatever. This is what this lady thought. I only watched like a 30, 40 seconds of this.
18 states are suing Donald Trump right now for birthright citizenship.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Let me tell you what that sounds like to me in my brain. Some bullshit, right? That sounds like to me, when I break it down, if I come in your house at 9 months pregnant and have my baby in the middle of your flow, I get rights to your house. Basically, that's what the fuck birthright citizenship is. I had my baby in the middle of your living room, so I know you own this house, but
I feel a little bad. I don't know. I feel a little bad as far as like, if they're just gonna start, they're gonna start snatching up kids or something. How's that gonna work? I don't know.
parts of your house too now. My baby is...
But the system is abused. That's the thing. People are abusing it, right? People have been abusing it for a long time.
Is a part of owning your home because I had her in the middle of your living room floor. That's what the fuck birthright citizenship sound like to me. It should have never been a thing. Your mama here illegally. Your daddy here illegally.
Yeah.
And because she waddled her fat ass over here and thought she would give birth to you here. Now y'all all just citizens.
Right.
Just like that. For free. So keep in mind that American people, we just paid for her labor and delivery, her doctor, the fucking translator that came in there and translated everything she had to say to the nurses and doctors. We paid for that too, out of our taxpayers' dollars. And guess what? She ain't come out of a dime. Neither did he. Neither one of them came out of a dime to come over here and have that baby right here in the United States. All that was free. And then so was the citizenship. That was free too because they had a baby here. Get the fuck out of here. The fact that y'all don't see a problem with this is baffling to me. Because so she could just come here, lay on the table, have a baby, do that for free. But me, an American citizen, if
pay.
I lay on the table and have a baby, they're going to send me a bill for that. They're going to send me a bill for that. And 6 weeks after I give birth to that baby, they're going to expect for me to get my American ass back up and go back to work and work for that child. To provide for that child, correct? But they can come here out of nowhere and y'all give them free Visa cards, free housing, the kids go to school for free. Everything is free. Everything is given to them because they crossed over here through a motherfucking gate. But I was born here. All my kids were born here, and everything I do is taxed. I gotta pay for every motherfucking thing. I gotta work to the bottom of my motherfucking bone for everything I have, and they supposed to just get what the fuck they want because they came over here on a boat. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
Look at the message America is sending to these people. This is why they migrating over here by the floods of people. This is why. Look at the message y'all sending to them. Just come over here and have a baby. Just come over here and have a baby. Just come over here and have your baby. Ain't that a bitch?
That's the problem. It's just I think it gets that system is just abused. Yeah, that's the thing about that. And we have a bunch of people here suffering. Selena Gomez. I don't know if you saw this. This was today. Selena, they say she was crying, and I guess she said she's crying about her people getting attacked. Where was the sobbing over the 100,000 Americans dead from fentanyl poisoning? Where were these tears when 340,000 children who went missing after being trafficked over our border? Why wasn't there a breakdown of Rachel Morin or Laken Riley? I haven't heard of this lady, though. None Gary? I haven't heard of that person. I know these two victims. I haven't heard of this person. Let's check it out.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
That's crazy. Crazy. Selena Gomez breaking down. I mean, she has a lot of money, but maybe she can't do anything. I mean, I would think she has people she get Oh, she deleted her post, they saying. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Now they're saying she deleted her post. Selena Gomez post quickly deletes video crying about Trump's ICE deportations and displaying Mexican flag. They're saying she deleted it now. Okay. The video was widely mocked across social media, such as by talk show host Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan! What did he say? Posting yourself weeping over illegal immigrant criminals being deported is a new level of absurd celebrity narcissism. Wow. The actress has spoken about illegal immigration before and executive produced a Netflix documentary series about illegal immigrants called Living Undocumented. Okay. So she deleted it. Some people weren't feeling it. Some people weren't buying it. I like watching Piers Morgan. He has a pretty good show on YouTube. He just gets a bunch of people to get on, or a couple of people to get on there and debate whatever topics are hot. But some people are not buying it with the Selena Gomez thing. Teacher says it'll be a cold or frozen day in hell before she lets ICE officers come into her classroom. Trump authorized ICE to operate in schools. Obstructing law enforcement is a crime, she says, I guess.
I just want to say with my entire fucking chest and 10 toes down on my shitty broken tile classroom floor that it will be a cold, no, frozen day in hell before someone from ICE comes in my classroom to remove a student that they suspect is undocumented first, because I have no undocumented students. What are you talking about? Second, even if I did, 19...
Okay, bruh. Should they be looking into you? What?
even if I did. 1982 Plyer versus Doe says that it does not matter. Everyone is entitled to a fair and a free, appropriate education. And that's what I'm here to do. I am so sorry I can't come to my door right now. We're learning. We're doing class stuff. You're going to have to come back later. And by later, I mean never, because there are hills that I will die on, and this is one.
Oh, the Fauci, man. What happened to Fauci? The Fauci. I used to have a candle. A Fauci candle, just like kind of making a mockery out of it. But the Fauci candle. So he got pardoned by Biden. But not only that, they removed the security detail. What do you guys think about Anthony Fauci?
Cadaver Joe.
This is Michael Rappaport.
Joe Biden, smoking Joe Biden, pardon Dr. Fauci. Why would Cadaver Joe Biden pardon the world's most famous doctor? And there's a lot of famous doctors. There's Dr. J, there's Dr. Pepper, Dr. Scholes, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Strangelove, Dr. Feelgood. Why would you pardon Dr. Fauci? What kind of a doctor has a pardon? When I go to a doctor's office and I look on their wall while I'm waiting to have my consultation, I want to see degrees. This medical school, he went to a Columbia Medical.
That's what I think. So, like, why would they have to pardon him? I mean, I'm sure that people have been looking into him. Maybe he's going to be investigated, but why would he have to be pardoned? And the pardon thing, you don't have to accept it. I heard, like, it gets offered to you, and, you know, if you want to take it, that's what I heard. You take it if you want to take it, type of thing.
School, Cornell Medical School. He studied this kind of medicine, that kind of medicine. I want to see pictures of him on vacation with his kids. I want to see a picture of him with his grandkids in Aruba. I want to see success. I don't want to look up on the wall and go, what is it? A pardon? I don't want my doctor to have a pardon letter on his wall. Why the f*** would you pardon Dr. Fauci? What the f*** did Dr. Fauci do to us? When I go into a doctor's office, I don't want anything. When I'm going into my colonoscopy, if I'm laying down about to get my colonoscopy and I'm looking up at the doctor's and I see a pardon, a letter of pardon, I'm like, what the fuck did you do? Why you got that letter up there? Stop. Stop the procedure. Stop. I'm getting up off the table. You're getting heart surgery. And
I don't know. I think Michael, he's sometimes funny and sometimes kind of comes off as like obnoxious, you know? But he's had a political, I don't know what the word is, a political, I guess, change or epiphany, maybe, I don't know. And he's changed. But this was the security detail too, in case you missed it. Again, I'm kind of recapping because I haven't been here. I don't know how long it's been. Days, a week or something. But I thought this was interesting.
Good seeing you. That's why my wife, Mrs. J, and I left the U.S.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the 20 months, 28 months. Did you really leave the U.S.?
Security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, and I'm wondering if you have any comment on that.
About what?
The security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, sir. Do you have a comment?
No, I think, when you work for government, at some point your security detail comes off. And, you can't have them forever. So I think it's very standard. If it would be for somebody else, you wouldn't be asking the question. The question is very fair. But, you work for government. We took some off, other people too. But you can't have a security detail for the rest of your life because you worked for government. Yeah, we'll see what
left
happens.
last year. Nice. You guys love it? Are you happy?
Do you feel partially responsible if something were to happen to, say, Dr. Fauci
No.
or John Bolton?
No.
Damn. Oh, he said he wouldn't feel responsible. Okay. I thought she said, would you feel bad? And I thought he said no. I was like, damn, that's cold.
Say Dr. Fauci
No.
or John Bolton?
No.
He said, she said, would you feel responsible?
They all made a lot of money. They can hire their own security, too.
They're rich.
All the people you're talking about, they can go out. I can give them some good numbers of very good security people.
Yo! He's like, I'll make you
They
recommendations.
can hire their own security. They all made a lot of money. Fauci made a lot of money. They all did. So if they, felt that strongly, I think that certainly I would not take responsibility.
This, oh man. I wish I had to take some time off, but I wish I could have covered this live. Mayor Bass and Trump going back and forth about the California fires. Did you guys see this?
So they have to work on that.
So, I mean, we were told last night 18 months. So if that's not the answer, Mayor Bass, what is the answer? Because that's what we were all told last night.
Well, and let me just tell you that we are going to do everything we can, slashing regulations, expediting everything so that people can begin the process right away. You know, we have the Disaster Recovery Center on Pico and Westwood. We have building and safety there. People are already contacting the local agencies. We're bringing our city departments together so that people don't get caught in the loop of going from one room to the next. We want them all to be in the same room so that you can get.
Thank you so much, man. Dr. James, thank you. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Appreciate it. Oh, her mic got, wait, did we miss that already? Her mic got taken away?
Busy rebuilding ASAP.
I saw a clip of that.
Absolutely.
I think it's coming up.
Yes. Yes, and we will clear the lots, absolutely, in the city and in the county. We are working together. Both levels of government are working in unity.
From the Corps of Engineers, that'd be 18 months. Is it not 18 months? Is it like that's the answer that we got, and that's what we're all hanging on?
Yes.
So if you're telling us now faster, is it 6 months? Is it, I mean, all of our lives, rents, all this stuff is weighing on this.
6 months ain't no good.
And the number one thing that we are going to do immediately, and you will see this happen, is to clear out the debris. And you know, we're concerned right now over the weekend because of the potential rain, but we are going to move as fast as we can, but we want you to be safe, and we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris.
Right.
It doesn't
Yes,
cost
and
a
they
lot.
can,
You
and
should
they are
let them
able
do
to-
it because
No,
by the
they
time you
can do
hire
that.
contractors, it's
Right.
going to be 2 years.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can
There's
do
not
that.
that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours, and that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract
If
that's going to
individuals
charge him
want to build-
$25,000 to do his lot.
Yeah.
I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked,
signed
I
an
mean, you have a
emergency
very powerful
declaration.
emergency power, and you
Yes.
can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes, and if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important
week
thing
is
is
a
for
long
people to
time.
be safe.
They're safe.
Yo, they
They're
took her
safe.
mic.
You know what? They're not.
Damn, who was that? Yo, who took the mic away? No more talking for you. What?
Safe is a
For
long
people
time.
to be safe.
Well, the handlers.
Safe.
MK Ultra handlers. What's going on here?
They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer.
Looks like he was trying to talk.
A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing.
Right, what's going to burn?
To burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them, everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
That was last night.
And that was last night.
On that.
We can't even see our homes right now. We are blocked from entering our streets.
Wow.
We can't even. This is our first.
This was a while back. People are pissed. This was a while back. I think the fires, I haven't really checked an update. Says California wildfires lose steam. I don't know exactly the status. This is an article from today. It says much needed rain helped firefighters make gains on several blazes in Southern California on Monday as flooding shuttered schools, triggered landslides. And that's another kind of conversation that's come up with some people out there when we were covering the wildfires is that, okay, maybe some of the fires are gone. Now you got to worry about this other thing, landslides, right? All these hills and mountains and stuff. So really, really just crazy. I'm glad that I saw Trump went to Carolina. And he helped. I think FEMA made some extensions. I don't know what they did over there. They're trying to help out the people over there because I think they were about to get cut. So I saw he went out there. So that's good at least. Oh, Shakira. Oh no, wait. Sharika. Oh, okay. I was saying Shakira. I'm sorry. Sharika, thank you so much for the 5 memberships and the year membership as well. Dr. James, thank you for the 2 years. And Val, thank you for the 5 memberships. 1 year. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. The nice welcome back. It's like the end of times, man. The end of times.
An executive order? I'm sorry. Well, who the hell do you think you are? Your orders don't mean shit to me. Not a damn thing.
Excuse me.
The only thing you've done is bring back my genders of the day. And darling, today my gender is defiance. So why don't you take your executive order and shove it up your ass?
You upset about Trump?
Oh, so you think you're better than me just because I voted for Trump and you didn't? Yeah, I do. I think I am better than you in every way that there is to be. I think I'm smarter than you. I think I'm more empathetic than you. I think I can make judgment calls.
I'm an empath.
Better than you. I think I can not only do research better than you, I can interpret that research better than you. I think I'm far less likely than you are to be tricked by a Nigerian trying to send me money. The most obvious con man came out and started conning people, and you fell for the con immediately. You didn't even check the depth of the pool before you jumped in. You were just cannonballs away. And now as we go through the next 4 years of whatever the fuck this is, and the prices of gas doesn't go down and the price of eggs doesn't go down, and you start losing your house and your job is...
We're going to talk about the eggs, too, in a little bit. Egggate. Egggate. I love eggs, man. I love eggs. I try to... If I can, I buy the organic ones, but there's some good quality ones, too, that's not necessarily organic. And it is pricey.
Isn't doing so well, and you can't fucking figure out why? Well, and because you lack the ability to connect action with reaction, you have no idea why the economy looks the way it does and why it's going to look the way it's going to look in 4 years. Because we tried to tell you, and you didn't listen. Because you think you're smarter than everyone else. But you're not. And it does not matter what metric you try to measure the two of us up against. I will always be better than you because I did not vote for a rapist. And you did. And you can never undo that. Oh, so you think you're better than me?
Conspiracy that was kind of debunked. I saw this, I think I saw this yesterday. January 26th. And a lot of people were talking about this on Google Maps. There's words written in the ground. Help, help, help. Tráfico, like trafficking. People were wondering what's going on. This is in California. Maybe somebody's calling for help. What is going on here? So people went on the ground, and apparently they're saying it's some cockamamie guy that just keeps writing help in the ground. They're saying supposedly there's no trafficking out there. Some people don't believe it, but...
Okay, what's the name of the dog?
Sus.
Sus?
Yeah,
and
Sus.
Sus belongs to someone here? Sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm careful. I'm careful.
Yeah.
Sus belongs to... She has an owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that dog is named Sus. And Sus has an owner... Because you know what? She was tied up in the rain. He was tied... Oh, I thought it was a he. But yeah, he was tied up in the rain.
Oh, wow.
And so I was filming because everybody wants to know why there's the help sign. You see all those helps?
Oh, this one guy, he puts that.
Is that guy's name Jose?
Yes.
Okay, that's what they told me too.
Yeah, that's Jose. Yeah.
So there's a guy named Jose who just keeps putting help.
Yes, he does that.
And is Jose here?
He's not here, but he's always like on that side of under the bridge, like.
And he just messes around.
Always writes that down. Yeah. Yes, all the time.
The reason people are probably coming today is because they put it online.
Yeah, no, he's the one that puts it all the time. I'm not, but he puts it all the time. Okay. Yeah, he writes it everywhere. I don't know if you see it everywhere.
Yeah, there's like help and then a bunch of stuff in Spanish.
Yeah, he puts it. That's supposedly human trafficking.
Yeah, human trafficking. That's what everybody's saying online is that they're worried about it. Is it that, or is it like a prank? I guess
we don't know. I mean, he just always, for some reason, it's been years that he's been doing that.
Yeah, it's been on. Google Maps shows it.
But we, really, I don't know.
Yeah.
He just always writes that down. For what reason? I do not know.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Come on.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess mystery solved. Some people not buying it. Somebody say, "Hey, you're just gonna believe that? Mystery solved? Just crazy people, or is it a cover up? Clean up California. I thought it was a wildfire. Wait, falling for it. People just don't believe it." And I had some other clips. Somebody else tried to go there yesterday, and I don't know. Help viral LA location. They're saying it's just a man out there just drawing help in the ground for I don't know how long he's been doing it continuously. And now it's created this disturbing craze. Disturbing truth behind the help signs. Seen in LA Google Maps that sparked an international conspiracy. This has been going on since yesterday. People have been looking into this, divulging. Google Earth users spotted multiple instances of the word help spelled out in various materials on a plot of storage or a waste facility in California City located next to a shipping yard. And so that's the location, the GPS coordinates. The Spanish word tráfico means traffic, and terrorism also appears, as well as LAPD, federal, and FBI. The images went viral. One Reddit user wrote, "This sounds like someone or a group are being trafficked and use materials available to help spell out SOS. We have all known for a long time that shipping containers are being used for human trafficking." Concerned viewers also pointed out what appears to be holes or tunnel entrances nearby, speculating that nefarious activity may be taking place inside. While Google Earth images are not real time, locals claim that disturbing calls for help were still there when they investigated the scene. So this is what we just saw. That one person here claims that it's some guy named Jose. We gotta find Jose, man. Who's Jose? Others suggested that the messages could be a prank by kids in the area, but some remain alarmed, arguing that a more sinister explanation for the messages cannot be ruled out. They have urged the locals to investigate the situation further. So we just saw that video. I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think. It's cool they brought attention to it. Maybe somebody can investigate it. Google Maps. Help. I don't know if police went there. That's a good question. But there's a bunch of people out there. It looks like homeless people out there. I think it's more of like a troll. Or maybe somebody just writing help. Hannah? Man, that whole thing is crazy with Hannah, yeah. Help. So, by the way, now this story came out yesterday. This is just off the cuff. Florida principal arrested after more than 100 kids are found drinking at her home. Bro. What in the heezy? What in the hell? What in the 2025? Mama. I don't know if anybody's watched that movie Ma movie. 2019 movie. It's like this lady that like she just wants to fit in with the kids. Ma's love. I won't give up the whole premise, but she becomes like infatuated with these kids and she wants to be the party parent, the party mom, the party whatever. And so she's partying with all these high school kids. I thought of Ma. Bro, how crazy is that, right? So the principal, her name is Elizabeth Hill Brodegan, 47-year-old at Roosevelt Elementary School, was arrested alongside teacher Carly Anderson, 45, after the principal hosted an open house party. The two faced charges of child neglect and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Over 100 kids were at the home in a matching T-shirts and consuming alcohol, which was available in the coolers. One of the kids was found on the front lawn experiencing an alcohol-related medical event, which the Cocoa Beach Police Department said required treated from Brevard County Fire Rescue. During this time, the homeowner Hill Barganet was seen by officers in the driveway of her residence turning off the outside lights and entering her residence, causing BCFR to use the auxiliary lighting on their vehicle to treat the juvenile. Okay. Another intoxicated juvenile was arrested near the residence during a traffic stop. Look at this! Bro! Wow, what kind of party were they having with them kids? Cougars.
Great to see you back, Mel.
Thank you, Bindi. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I got a video too. Let's check out the video.
A Brevard County principal and a school teacher were arrested this evening after what police call an underage house party.
The two women are in the Brevard County Jail, and as West 2's Gail Pascal Brown reports, the investigation revealed dozens of intoxicated minors.
This Brevard County Elementary School principal and a teacher were arrested Friday regarding an underage house party. Police say the two work at Roosevelt Elementary School in Cocoa Beach. This past Sunday, Cocoa Beach police responded to this house on Country Club Road in the city regarding a house party. Police say more than 100 juveniles were at the house in matching T-shirts, and many were consuming alcohol that was later learned to be available in coolers at the house. Investigators say the home belongs to Roosevelt Elementary School principal, 47-year-old Elizabeth Hill.
Yeah, imagine having a principal like that. Everybody just partying. That's crazy.
Brodigan. She has been charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor and holding an open house party. 45-year-old Carly Anderson was also arrested and charged with child neglect and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Police say she was drunk and identified herself as a teacher who attended the party. Cocoa Beach police officers say while they were investigating the party, there was a juvenile here on the front lawn that was so heavily intoxicated that Brevard County Fire Rescue had to respond. The report says during this time, the homeowner was seen by officers in the driveway of her residence, turning off the outside lights and entering her residence.
So she just cut off the lights. Good night. Just left the kids out there. Bindi, thank you so much for the 23 months. Almost 2 years. Great to see you back in, Mel. Thank you. Thank you, Mel.
Causing Brevard County Fire Rescue to use auxiliary lighting on their vehicle to treat the juvenile.
And so she just turned off the light. There's a kid maybe laid out on the lawn. Forget y'all. She turned off the light to the outside of her house and goes back inside her house. And so because they're assisting this juvenile, they had to turn on their auxiliary lighting. Because this chick said, F them. I got time for this shit. We're back inside.
Their vehicle to treat the juvenile. Here's what the school district had to say about the arrests. We are extremely troubled by these accusations and are fully cooperating with the Cocoa Beach Police Department. Our commitment to student safety remains our top priority.
It's going down in these schools, man. These schools are turned up. 100 house kids partying. One felony charge of child neglect and a misdemeanor charge contributing to delinquency of a minor. The principal's bio on the website. I was awarded Teacher of the Year. Okay, amazing. During my career, I was awarded Teacher of the Year, becoming a nationally board certified teacher, and was an ambassador for the teaching exchange program in Italy for 3 months. Now, she was already released on bail for $3,500. Okay. Oh, she's going back. Let me see. Okay. A teacher, Carly Anderson, was arrested as well for $3,000. She paid $3,000 bail. They're both placed on administrative leave. And there's an active police investigation. Okay. Just crazy. Crazy story. And this guy, by the way, threatened Trump, if you haven't heard already. A Florida man was arrested for allegedly making online threats to President Trump. Shannon DePauto Atkins, 46 years old, was put into custody. This is oh my God. Lord Almighty, help us here. I got to expand the soundboard. I got to add some more stuff. Saved by the Bell. Thank you, Emily. All right, let's check this out. It's a short clip.
As the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. You'll see that in the probable cause affidavit once it becomes public record.
He's
I want to give you...
Is that his mugshot? Is he smiling, or is that a random picture? I think it's his mugshot. He's over here smiling.
A series of the chain of the events of how this happened and how we arrived at probable cause. It'll be a quick snapshot. So, I want to announce the arrest of the suspect in this case. His name is Shannon Atkins. He's a male,
he has like a smart,
46 years of age, who resides in the city of West Palm Beach. The timeline: on January 19th, late, a tip was given to the FBI National Threat Operations Center. It was given to them by a gentleman that resides in Okeechobee, Florida. He reported that threats were posted on Facebook. They were violent, rhetoric, political views, in his opinion, aimed at the president. Very early on January 20th, our West Palm Beach detective that's assigned to the FBI task force began working the case, and he too found the disturbing post. Some of the posts were Lincoln, JFK, Reagan, Martin Luther King, and Trump. Atkins posted, unfortunately, one is still alive.
Ooh.
He wrote something to that effect. He also wrote another saying, "Bullets, please. Jesus, save America." Another one he wrote, "I've been banned from X because I said I hope and pray someone kills him. We have..."
Wow, it takes a lot, I think, to get banned from X. X. He got banned from X. I don't know why these people do this, like the death threats online. I mean, you're probably going to get in trouble. You're going to get caught. You know?
Haven't had an assassination in years. That gives you a flavor of some of the posts that this gentleman posted.
Some of it, yeah.
After probable cause was established, we began our surveillance using our CID, our Criminal Investigations Division. Some of these officers you see up here are detectives, and our TAC unit. Mr. Atkins has 2 residences in the city of West Palm Beach. Just before 7:30 p.m. on Friday night, Atkins was stopped near one of his homes. He was driving a white 2013 BMW. When we placed him in custody, subsequently we found 3 baggies containing suspect cocaine in his pocket. They did test positive. He was arrested without incident.
Cocaine
in his pocket. He was driving a white 2013 BMW. When we placed him in custody, subsequently we found 3 baggies containing suspect cocaine in his pocket.
Wow. We're coked out.
They did test positive. He was arrested without incident. While being interviewed later, he admitted writing the Facebook post that said he was joking.
It was joking.
Folks, this is not a joke. Nothing of that sort is a joke. We notified the Secret Service. They're looking at this case, and they'll make a determination if federal charges are...
Yeah, I don't know why people do this. Maybe he was high when he did it, you know, when he tweeted it out, or I don't know if, I guess, wherever he put those messages. Michelle just tagged me. All Pacific Palisades residents are now allowed to return to their home for the first time since the fire. That was posted 20 minutes ago from ABC 7. So an update with the fires. We saw this already.
I know there are gay people who voted for Trump, but I just know the ones in my life don't feel safe, and that makes me really sad. So I know if I am scared as a heterosexual white woman in America, I can't.
Why are you scared? I don't understand. What is there to be scared about?
America, I can't. Sexual white woman in America, I can't imagine what everyone else is feeling. So anyway, it's a fucking hard day. I hate playing this game. I hate it. I need you all to just like wear a shirt that you're proud of what you picked, so I know who to not interact with, so I know who the safe people are not. And if you've decided after all of this that this isn't what you wanted it to be, then you need to just like step the fuck up and be part of the change because you made this mess. You made the mess.
All right.
Listen, if I pull up to the Mexican restaurant and I see a truck, because let's face it, it's going to be a truck, with a Trump bumper sticker, you're getting keyed. I don't even want to see you at Taco Bell. The only thing you get to eat for the rest of your life is plain white bread and mayonnaise. And I know that you were going to eat a lot of that anyway, but that's all you deserve. You deserve nothing that tastes good for the rest of your life.
Damn, look crazy. I don't know what's going on. There's some type of Chinese app platform, Chinese app or something. Let's see. Nvidia has now lost a record $589 billion in the market value today, the largest single day loss in U.S. history. This drop is reportedly due to competition from Chinese AI startup DeepSeek, which released its advanced AI in the U.S. market for free. Interesting. DeepSeek. The U.S. stock market has now lost over $1 trillion in one day. DeepSeek. I haven't heard of that. Let's see. DeepSeek AI. Ooh, that's all over the news now. DeepSeek.com. We'll take all your information. Whoa. Free access to DeepSeek version 3. Oh, they want your phone number. You got to make an account. Due to large-scale malicious attacks on DeepSeek services, registration may be busy. Okay, China. I see you, China. Meta is reportedly scrambling war rooms of engineers to figure out how DeepSeek's AI is beating everyone else at a fraction of the price. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check out that app. I already downloaded it on my phone. DeepSeek hit by cyber attack as users flock to Chinese AI startup. I got Chat GPT on my phone, which is really dope. You can talk to the chick. She talks back to you, asks you all kind of stuff, gives you information and advice. Chat GPT. The Colombian president, oh no, senor, they're saying he was seen holding hands with a trans person, and he's married. That's the problem. He's married. Oh no, presidente. Brooke, thank you. Oh hell no, man. You should have messed around with them tariffs. Wow. Wow, so they're saying allegedly that's him, el presidente. And what happened, I feel like this was yesterday too. There was all this, I don't know if you could call it drama. I was just informed that 2 repatriation flights from the United States with a large number of illegal criminals were not allowed to land in Colombia. The order was given by Colombia's socialist president, Gustavo Petro, the guy we just saw walking with the trans person, and he's married. I wonder how his wife feels about that. The order was given by Colombia's socialist, okay, we said that already, who was already a very unpopular amongst his people. Petró's denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and the public safety. So anyway, so Trump said he was going to put tariffs, okay? So he said 25% on all goods coming into the United States. In 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised to 50%. Wow. A travel ban and immediate visa revocations on the Colombian government officials and allies and supporters. Trump was not playing. So a lot of people were upset yesterday. There was a lot of hysteria. People were worried about the coffee. People were saying coffee prices are going to go up. And I forgot what else they got. And anyway, and the Colombian president, he released a statement. A long-winded statement. I couldn't even find it. I saw it yesterday. I couldn't even find it. I don't even know if I want to read all that, but talking about racism and my skin and Trump's skin and blah, blah, blah. And he's stubborn. He's not going to cave in. Well, apparently he caved in because Colombia has now agreed to all of President Trump's terms and the acceptance of the illegal aliens deported back to their country, the flight. So he ended up agreeing. But there was all this drama yesterday. I saw it on Twitter. People worried about coffee. Miss JMD, you know, I had thought about covering that trial, ASAP Rocky, but I don't think I can because I have a couple of things to do during the morning time. I wouldn't be able to cover the trial. I mean, I don't know, because it's California, right? So they start 3 hours later. I did see that, the ASAP Rocky. I wanted to watch the opening statements, and I haven't had a chance to watch opening statements. Has anybody watched it? Is that any good? ASAP. They're saying he shot a gun. Well, I think his friend is trying to say he shot a gun at him. I think that's what they're trying to say. I think that's what the charges are. I forgot the charges are. Attempted something. Oh, but I paused this live video because this is related to the Colombian president.
And anyone else. Backups and party officials and stepped out of that meeting and said, the Congress will back up the White House. And we will move as necessary on any country. This was a message to Colombia and anyone else. You have to participate. You have to take back the illegals who came here that come from your country. And if not, then we will act and we will engage with sanctions or any other measures that are appropriate to back up the president's agenda. That's what the American people demand and deserve. We are going to secure that border. We have. We are going to make America safe and secure again. And the Congress will have no daylight between us and the White House on that issue. So every nation around the world needs to hear.
That's true, Hoax. So you don't have to buy anything. Yeah. I mean, there's so many alternative stuff, you know.
Hear us loud and clearly. This is not a game. We're going to take care of the American people, and that America First agenda begins there. So we'll take a few questions and whatever you got. Manu, front row, sorry. Go ahead.
One of the big things we're going to deal with is aid for California. The president.
All right, okay, we'll move on from there. Oh, this is the clip that people were telling me about. Dr. Phil and Tom Homan on the streets arresting illegals. Why is Dr. Phil out there? I like Dr. Phil. You know what I'm saying? He got political all of a sudden too. I don't know if he was political before, but in the recent years, I noticed he's gotten very political. He was doing interviews, making the rounds. Is he doing a show? Is this for a show?
What's your name?
Seda. Seda what? Do you have a first and last name? Sam. Seda Sam? Yes.
Oh, thank you, Ray.
Where are you from?
Where I was born or where I'm from?
Where are you born?
Thailand.
You been deported before from the United States?
No.
Never been deported?
I've been in the system before.
B&B. Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been charged with?
Charged where?
Before?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not talking about lawyer.
Yeah, he knows not to talk. Yeah, because he's like, I'm in the system, or I was in the system, and so he's like, what have you been charged for? And he said something about not being a sinner. He's going to talk to his lawyer.
Before?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not talking about lawyer.
This was yesterday.
Yeah. Are you a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
You Dr. Phil. You're Dr. Phil.
Yeah. Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, you know, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tom.
Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children.
Really? Is it, well, they're talking about this guy or just in general?
And he's walking the streets of Chicago.
Oh.
Again, the downfall, the problem with a sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with. Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really? Bro, it's yes or no. Not really? Wow.
Not really? And never been deported?
Nope.
Huh. Let's take them in, process and lock them up.
Got it, sir. All right. Can you get a transport vehicle?
That's crazy.
Working on it. Okay.
Okay, I haven't seen that just until now. Interesting. Listen, like I said, I don't think I don't think anybody should have a problem with like people with criminals being taken out of here that are here illegally. You know, especially sex crimes or whatever else. You know. Last night there was a chaos and commotion and roadblocks and crowds gathering. They were celebrating because the Eagles won. There was some guy on Broad and Walnut, male doing backflip off a trash truck, now unconscious with major head injury. I wonder what happened to that guy. People get turned up, people get crazy. I don't have many clips from last night, but many clips. I have this one here from Raw Alerts. Oh my god, let me turn it down. It's so loud. I don't know. I don't understand. I get celebrating and being happy, but like I don't know why tear their city up. I don't understand this breaking things and you know. I guess it's just being happy. I guess. Like why? I would have left before the crowd built up. I don't want to be stuck in this crowd and trying to get out of here in traffic. I'd have been gone. Maybe I'm getting old. I would have been gone way before all this stuff happened. Wow, no way. Look at this. Wow. I mean, I guess they're taking public transportation over there? How are they even getting out of there? I can't imagine what it's like getting out of there, leaving after trying to leave. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wow, man. This was just kind of funny. Somebody said, started a new side hustle because the eggs have gone up. They're expensive, man. And so some people are blaming Trump. Some people are blaming Biden. And, you know, they're saying that the reality is it's just like a supply and demand thing with this avian flu. Where's this article that I had? Supply and demand. They're saying a shrinking supply of egg-laying chickens have left shoppers facing empty shelves in grocery stores and higher prices for a product they've come to rely on as a relatively inexpensive protein-rich staple. The struggle is likely to reflect poorly on Trump, who said he won the election due to voters' frustration with the cost of living under Joe Biden. They're saying the prices are right. Why the prices rising? The main reason is egg prices is a dramatic cut in supply due to the ongoing flu outbreak. Again, right? Some other outbreak in the U.S. The outbreak began in February 2022 and has led to the killing of more than 111 million birds across the country. In the past month alone, nearly 13 million birds have been infected or culled. So there's this horrible outbreak going on. And it's a kind of a supply and demand thing, I guess. I mean, I have a bunch of eggs stacked in the fridge. So, I mean, I haven't gone in a while. I don't know if I'm curious to see what's in the grocery store. And if not, maybe I'll try the farms if I have to. I don't know if we're really affected down here or not. I mean, I don't know. I have to see. But that's basically what's going on. You know, there's people kind of blaming Trump, or they're blaming Biden, and it seems to kind of come down, at least with the eggs, to this avian flu thing, where they're having to kill all these birds, supposedly. So a mess. Oh, Target. Apparently, so there's this big movement too of getting rid of DEI. I guess some companies like Meta, Mark Zuckerberg has changed his, I guess, views on that. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so some of these companies are getting rid of these programs, I guess. And also Trump is kind of pushing for that to get rid of these DEI programs. And some people don't like it. Some people like it. Some people are angry or upset. I feel like if you earn the job, that's what it is. You get whoever earns it gets it. If you're qualified, you get it. That's it.
So y'all finna start discriminating us?
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Okay.
Is y'all finna start discriminating us? So y'all telling me if I want a job here, I can't work here if y'all don't like me?
If what? If you want to what?
Discriminating us. So y'all telling me if I want a job here,
Oh, if you want a job.
I can't work here if y'all don't like me? That's what y'all telling me? Don't say nothing, officer. Hello? Y'all
This is insane. So you're going into the store screaming at these people?
finna start discriminating us, Target? This what we doing? Is this what we doing? Y'all quiet in this motherfucker. Where the workers at?
Why are you going to take it on the workers? They have nothing to do with this, man. They're not making any of these decisions.
I got kids. I need a job in this motherfucker, man. What's going on? Y'all finna follow Trump and his rules? Don't say shit. That's fucked up. We got kids out here. Y'all fucked up in here.
I wouldn't want to hire you either, to be honest. I would never want to hire somebody like you acting out at a place like this and recording it and posting it. I see all kinds of people when I go to Target. I like Target. It's a little pricey, but I like going to Target. There's all kinds of people from all backgrounds and all kinds of stuff, but it's not about, I don't think you should be trying to meet a quota. If you can do the job, whatever, you should get hired, or whatever, if they want you, it's up to them to pick. But anyway, people are really upset about this, and this guy goes to the Target screaming, yelling at random people, customers and employees. Y'all gonna start discriminating? Let's see. I wish I could see what's in the background here. Upset, angry. I don't know what this is gonna accomplish, and oh yeah, Target to do the trans thing. What I think they did like a kids thing too, kids trans thing. I thought or something, which I thought was a little weird, and they ended up taking it down.
DE&I as itself has been weaponized, and I believe it's dead. I believe that as a program, it's dead, and I'm fine with that. I've said that before. But diversity is the future of this country, because demographics are destiny, and 40% of this country is black and brown today, and within 10 years there'll be a majority of minorities. And my rich friends eat my poor friends to do better if only to stay rich. And so it is fascinating to me a little bit that you have business people in Washington rejecting a business case, which tells me that this is not business, it's politics.
Right, but if I go back to the senator for this on a moment, one of the issues that started to get this trend into more hot water, I think, was when it started to hit the levels of quotas and certain.
Yeah, I don't like that whole thing. Like, we just have to fill. Like, we just want this amount of women, so we're just going to try to fill these spots in because the label of we're getting these or black people, whatever. We're just going to fill these quotas because we just got to meet these quotas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
practices where people felt it was becoming almost.
They did tuck. Yes, that's what it was. That was so weird. Am Sports says they did tuck swimsuits for boys. I don't know what's going on, man. It's too much with the kids stuff.
New form of racism to kind of promote one kind of thing or another over the business case that John is fundamentally talking about. So again, I think there's going to be lawyers all over this now who are going to.
So walking back DEI, like this is something that's like huge because these companies are so big on it and pushing it, and now we got Tractor Supply Co., Amazon. Wow, Amazon. Jeff Bezos got down with Trump, donated $1 million, I think. Walmart, Ford, Lowe's, John Deere. Wow, McDonald's, Toyota. I think I think these people just go where the wind blows. These companies, and so they see how Trump got in office and how people have changed. Some of the people have changed their thoughts and how the votes have shifted, and so. I think they see some people are just tired of this stuff. And so these companies have just shifted again. And maybe they'll shift back in the future. Who knows? Maybe they just shift wherever the political wind blows. And it almost in itself is racist, isn't it? It almost becomes racist itself, where it's almost It's everything that people are complaining about. It becomes racist itself, or prejudice, or whatever else. I wonder women are freaking out over Target limiting a DI program.
Hey y'all, I am Melissa Butler. I am the founder and CEO of The Lip Bar. The Lip Bar has been in Target since 2017, and we are the largest Black-owned makeup company in Target. So, of course, we were disappointed, just like many of you, when we learned that they were rolling back their DEI initiatives. But I will say, even though I'm disappointed, I'm not that surprised. I always thought that the 2020 commitments were a farce. Like, anything that is forced is going to be a farce. And I think part of it is because Trump is emboldening companies to reverse commitments that they never wanted to do in the first place. And that is not just true for Target. I think it's true for a lot of companies. But I think also beyond that, and this is me being honest with y'all, I am always going to be honest, a lot of the brands that they launched didn't do well. Did not do well. We have been in Target since 2017, and in my it's been a long time. In my 8 years in Target, I've seen them kick out 8 brands, not because they were Black, not because they were woman owned, not because they were Latina owned, so on and so forth, just because they didn't perform. Right. And so someone asked me, what will this mean for the Lip Bar? Will this DEI rollback impact you guys? And truth is, I don't know yet. I don't know yet from a Target perspective. Right now, things are still business as usual. We are still growing significantly at Target, which is a blessing. So the immediate risk is that
that's true, Jumbo.
If all of our consumers boycott Target, then that will absolutely impact us. And a lot of people are saying well, I would rather shop you on your site. Great. Listen, here's the thing. I understand. I too am disappointed, and you have the ability to take your dollar wherever you feel most comfortable. So if you want to shop us at Walmart or Target or Amazon or on our website or in our store in Detroit, do it. But if you don't want to shop us at any of those places, I understand that too, because we do have power in our dollars. But I do want to make sure that we are aware that, by not shopping in these stores, you are also impacting the hundreds of Black-owned businesses and women-owned businesses.
Also, I guess people are saying they're not going to shop these places anymore. Shop these businesses. Let me show this because I haven't watched this either. Tom Homan says, I saved children today. Go scorched earth on Governor Pritzker.
Wonder where they go, who picks them up. This is who picks them up. This is who lures them out on the internet, and they disappear, or they get raped, and their lives change forever. And he shouldn't even be here, but he's doing this. But they don't raise their hand and say, hey, there's somebody that doesn't even have the right to be here that's preying upon our children, and they don't tell you about it.
Exactly. And this Governor Pritzker, and the mayor, they want to vilify the men and women of ICE. ICE saved children today. ICE saved children today. And it makes me angry. Governor Pritzker the other day went on the internet, social media, saying ICE was attacking our elementary school. He's scaring children. He's scaring the neighborhood, putting fear in the community. We're doing the exact opposite. We're saving children. Every sexual predator we arrest means more safe children. So God bless the men and women of ICE. As you've seen today, we're not sweeping neighborhoods. This is a target enforcement operation. We spend a lot of time investigating these people. We know exactly who we're looking for. So it's a target enforcement operation. It's the right thing to do.
Well, let's talk about how methodical this was, because you guys had this monster on the list, and they've been sitting on this guy for 2 or 3 days to try to get where he was and his pattern, and you were actually able to ping his cell phone and get him on the move so he could be picked up on the street, rather than if he got to his dwelling, wherever that is, and got behind a closed door, then he could have sat there and you didn't have the right to go in and get him if he sits behind that door, right?
Not without a criminal arrest warrant, but that's exactly the point. He could have been arrested at a county jail, in the safety and security of county jail by one officer.
Right.
But we spent hundreds of hours to investigate him, try to find out where he is, and we did find him. It takes a whole team for officer safety reasons to arrest him. Right. It's not efficient. We could arrest many more criminals if you let us in the jail. It's a lot harder to find these guys out in the public. These guys don't want to be found. They're in the wind. It takes a lot of investigative work to find them. Let us in the jail. Don't let them hit the street. It saves officers time. It's safer for the community. It's safer for the alien. It's safer for the officer. But spending hundreds of hours of investigation to find this guy when we could have got him in 5 minutes at the Cook County Jail.
Okay, tell me.
So I guess that's on Dr. Phil's channel. I don't know where they got that clip from. MJ Truth Ultra posted that. Something else. Somebody said this in the chat. Cartel members. This was posted recently. Cartel members open fire on Border Patrol in Texas. Agents shoot back. Border Patrol agents in Fronton, Texas were fired upon. Let's check this out. Getting crazy at the border.
River, yards
Love the
just
channel.
across the river.
Keep up the good work. Peace
Thank
and
you.
love from the UK.
Appreciate that. Thank you for the 3 months, Danny. Thank you.
Yards from U.S. soil, cartel gunmen stroll along the riverbank, armed with
Wow,
rifles.
dude, this is
They
wild.
control the border in Mexico. Some aim AK-47s at Texas DPS helicopters. Others go to war with each other, with Texas DPS thermal drone video showing cartels throwing explosives at each other during a battle for control of the area.
All the activity that's been happening, all the violence that's been taking place right across the river within several hundred yards from where we're at right now.
Texas DPS's Lieutenant Chris Olivares tells Fox in October, Texas had enough. The state
It's really like you need the military
declared
out
Fronton
there.
Island Texas property and began bulldozing it. All of it. Brush was cleared, razor wire was deployed, and the area was fortified. This is what it looks like now. A 171-acre barren landscape now secured by Texas, with Texas troopers on patrol and Texas National Guard soldiers deployed with loaded weapons. This is one of the cartel buildings directly across the river from us in Mexico. You can see cartel graffiti on it as well as bullet holes riddling it. Here on the U.S. side of the river, you can see what Texas has done with Fronton Island. They have completely cleared it out. They've
Hope
deployed
everyone
razor
is
wire.
having a safe and great January.
Charisma, thank you so much. Thank you for the 36 months. Hey.
And there is now nowhere for these cartel gunmen to hide if they want to cross here illegally.
These cartel operatives have no fear of the federal government because they know there's no consequences, and the fact that they have allowed the Mexican drug cartels to gain operational control of the border. That's why the state of Texas is stepping in so we can regain operational control.
In Fronton, Texas, Bill Malugin.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that. Texas is stepping in, taking care of things.
Fox News.
Wow. Having an all-out war out there. Even the cartel fighting each other for turf, I guess. That's crazy, man. Illegal immigrant dares ICE and Trump to come get it, bitch.
Alright, Daddy Trump, you want to take us the fuck out of here? Come do this shit then. Look what the fuck do your house. Look what the fuck do your streets. Come get it, bitch.
Okay. This guy arrested by ICE January 25th, convicted of R of a child. Wow. Suspected ISIS terrorists? Wow. ISIS. This is the White House page on Twitter. Or X, I should say. MS-13 gang. Murder in Mexico. Possession of fentanyl and gun. Arrested. I want to show something to him. Let me see if I still have this clip up here. Here it is. Here it is.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
So that's Obama from 2014 saying it. This is exactly what President Trump is doing right now, but they're losing their mind, being outraged. Oh, this was so drone captures moment a boat carrying illegal immigrants gets flipped over by a wave in San Diego, California. Local officials are now warning that a body may wash up shore. Let's check it out. Wow. So close to shore, though. But those waters look pretty rough. And then if somebody's stuck inside of this boat while it capsized. Oh, look at that. How many people were inside this boat? It jumps off right as it gets pushed. There's somebody hanging out the window. It looks like the boat flips over with them inside of that window. Let's see. Did they get them out? They might. It looks like they got out, maybe. Wow. Maybe there's one person missing. TikToker calls to hurt and spit in the food of ICE agents.
Okay, I'm making this video for everybody that has parents or family members that are immigrants, illegal immigrants that might be, hopefully not, but could be facing this ICE raids. We should try to make it as much as uncomfortable for the ICE agents as possible. Let me tell you how to make it very uncomfortable. If you know any ICE agent, any person that works for ICE, or you see a group of them.
I don't know if this is what kind of music this is. We're going to copyright, but so it says if you see a group of them to lunch, dinner, breakfast, to a restaurant you're working at, and happen to be Hispanic, you have to be Hispanic to do it. And you happen to be in the kitchen. Oh, so he's telling people if you work in the kitchen or a restaurant, spit in these people's food. Wow. Spit on their food. Do unhuman things to their food. There's a bunch of boxes in Home Depot for nails. They're like $10 for a box. Wow. Each of them has 30 to 50 nails. Those are pretty good. You know what to do with those Coke and sugar. You know what to do with that, and they're already taking your uncle or your dad, your mom, your brother, whatever. Have them take an ish in the car like they're getting arrested and then being put in the ICE truck. Tell them to take the worst shit they could take. There might be a little uncomfortable for a while, but they're going to make the ICE agents uncomfortable too. If they're getting arrested, tell them that to say that they really have really bad COVID. So I guess the COVID thing, maybe they're thinking people are just going to back off and run. I have COVID. And if they're not, one more thing, if you're in LA and you happen to be a cop, better do not cooperate with ICE because we're going to find you. Yo, he's literally making threats. We're going to find you. We're going to egg your effing car. Those are the tips I have. Okay. All right. I got to touch on that. This is all unrelated stuff. Well, this was a TikTok guy. This was posted a couple days ago. TikToker dancing in front of the fire.
Are you kidding me?
Damn, bro, these people are crazy.
What?
Wow. LA wildfires destroyed his entire sneaker collection.
All right, those that know me know, like, basically the one thing I like to spend my money on is shoes. And so I had almost 200 pairs, and I'm starting to find them. Here's the F-Par SB Dunk High, Teal Box era. Here is the Olympic Dunks from Paris. Ugly Christmas sweater, Air Max 1s, Air Max 720.
I've never been a sneakerhead. But I think I had maybe 2 friends that were. So I know for this, to them, this means a lot to them.
Money, SB, ACD, ACGs.
Probably a lot of money.
Here's the Polaroids with all the laces. Bart Simpson's. This is the first Adapt BB, the automatic lacing ones. Damn, what are these? It's a Japanese brand, I can't remember.
All right, so we kind of get it. A lot of nice sneakers, shoes, burnt to a crisp. Trump is out of control.
Trump is making Saudi Arabia invest $600 billion into America. No.
What's that?
Countries used to always make us give them money, and now he's making countries invest in America. Our tax money always went to Ukraine, Africa, and other countries, and we used to get mad, but now he's making countries give us money. Now they all want to invest in America. He's trying to make America great again. What are we gonna do? America keeps getting better by the day. Why is Trump doing this? We gotta stop him so we can be complaining about government again, giving away all our money. He also went to North Carolina and looked at all the damage when it took Biden forever to go.
No! It says Trump says he wants to overhaul FEMA as he travels to North Carolina and California. That's what I did hear that.
He says he wants to overhaul FEMA and make FEMA work for the people again. No! He's doing more in a week than Biden did in 4 years. Oh, no. I gotta get off here.
Wow, I don't know who that is, but all right. That post went viral. Tony posted it. Tony too.
Trump is making Saudi Arabia.
I wasn't even know if I want to play this guy. I know this guy's crazy. I like that. He's funny though. A-Smart. Let me see what else we got before I get to that. This was kind of funny. This was days ago, but this I guess PETA activists, they were trying to dump a truckload of dirt in front of ASPCA headquarters, but failed because the dirt was frozen. And so they had this whole truck with dirt. They had this whole plan.
Anybody that touches it is getting arrested.
Guys, out of the street, now. Everybody on the sidewalk, everybody. Let's go, up on the sidewalk. Let's go, up on the sidewalk, now.
So I guess he's trying to climb to get up and... So he got taken down and arrested, and he barely got any dirt out of the truck. Too cold, man. They fell down. I heard they were doing something else. Oh, this was kind of funny too. I forgot I had another funny. This was kind of a funny video. This guy was dressed as Trump, and I guess trolling Hamas supporters. Over here it says, the caption says Hamas supporters. Let me see something.
Palestine will live forever.
That's crazy.
When people are occupied, resistance is justified.
That's wild.
Unbelievable. Free Palestine.
I don't think he should have touched that kid though. But I guess he went to shake his hand and say hello.
Let go of his hand. We love the children. The they them hates the children.
They them.
No occupation. Save the Arab babies. Where the fuck you got a burger? Where you got a... Give me back. It's pork!
Oh my God.
It's pork! Pork! Save the Arab baby! Up with liberation!
The top was short. That's pretty ballsy to go out there dressed like that, I guess. You never know. Oh man, bro, look at this. There's another teacher. I forgot to put this. I should have put her with the other teacher, but she said she's not going to let the kids be taken.
Ice in Chicago with my students? No, for all, I've gotten a whole bunch of messages from people, like, and I'm so appreciative of you. But baby.
Baby.
It would never. You think I'd be scared of you trying to come up in my school? You don't think I already have a plan and a backup plan and 56 doors in the building and 17 routes on how to get to each one and backup on backup on backup of contacts to make sure that their parents aren't the ones showing up? I mean, no offense, the district can give us training on what we're supposed to do over and over and over again, and they have, by the way. But I got my own plan. Because there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, ever touching one of my kids. Ever. Never. Never. Never touching one of my students. And never. That's... Hello, God? Someone needs to talk to you because that's who you're going to talk to first before you ever touch one of my kids. Because I don't play about mine. And never have. And if you've been around for a while, you know that. Baby, I've written a manifesto up
Man, manifesto. Interesting choice of words. Okay.
here on what I would do.
Yeah, keep an eye on you. Manifesto. Let me see this guy's video real quick. I haven't seen what this is. This guy had some choice words for Selena Gomez. See what he had to say.
Shame on you, Selena Gomez, for fake crying over illegal aliens.
Oh, somebody in the chat said earlier too. She looked like she was fake crying.
Being deported back to their homeland.
Does she have
I've
real
never
tears?
seen you cry over the missing and exploited women and children that get trafficked through the southern border into the United States of America. I've never seen you cry over the American citizens that have been hurt or unalived by these same illegal aliens that you're crying for. Selena Gomez, why don't you house these people in your LA mansion?
Yeah.
Or one of your mini homes.
Yeah, you can take people in. She got a lot of money and resources.
That you possess. Selena Gomez, you're a fraud and a fake.
Oh, wow. So he went off. Some people not feeling it. Okay. Selena. A smart. Let's take a look. Let's take a look what he had to say.
If you ask a Democrat what the fuck they President Joe Biden and they Vice President Kamala Harris did, they gonna say, you need to do your research. You need to do your research. Google. Remember Ricky Smiley say, oh, I know you could just Google what she done. Why you couldn't tell us, Ricky? Because I swear to God, in
Ricky
the last
Smiley.
4 days,
He's a radio host, Ricky Smiley.
these people in North Carolina shouldn't just be getting in no motherfucking
Yeah, that's
house.
true. That's true.
And it was hot as fuck when they became homeless. They shouldn't be getting in no motherfucking house. Donald Trump had come fly down there on this bird and said, what the fuck y'all doing over here? Look, check this out. Bring me all them trailers, all them apartments and shit that's open. Man, fill them bitches up. We're going to get these people here straight. We're about to get the people started on working right fucking now. It took a grown man to come in office. You've been worrying about abortion this whole motherfucking time, huh? That's all you had on your motherfucking mind was getting abortions accomplished. That's it. You didn't give a fuck. And illegals, making sure you took care of the illegals. It'd be so criminal to not take care of these people that didn't put shit in the pot. You Democrats have showed your natural ass. I'm so glad I can report all this good ass news over and over and over. Because if I could tell you what my president done, 200 and some things in 4 days. This ain't no joke. Stop fucking playing.
So that's A Smart on Twitter. He's pretty. I think he's funny. He's pretty animated. He goes kind of hard though. Might not be everybody's taste. I saw this post now. Liberals are protesting for Tren de Aragua gangs to stay in Colorado. We want them to stay. We don't want them to be displaced. The gang members, apparently, allegedly. I don't know. You can't make this stuff up. Colorado says no to Operation Aurora and no to mass deportations. Wow. else? Oh, Florida. Florida's been a little cold. I feel like it's warming up right now. Let me see what the temperature is outside. It gets kind of colder at night, but it's 74 right now. Like this morning, it was like 60. Let's see. Tonight, it's not really. Around 2, 3 in the morning, it's like 60 degrees, 58 degrees, 5. It's been in the 60s. In the early mornings and late nights, like 60s. But Drama Alert posted this. It was colder like a week ago. It was colder, but it's raining iguanas due to cold weather. I hear some people eat these stuff. People eat iguanas. I've seen them. Years ago, I seen that people put them on the Facebook Marketplace. Damn, they just drop because it's so cold. They come back when it warms up again. So apparently, Tom Homan responds to Selena Gomez's meltdown. Oh, let's just see what he had to say about this. Tom Homan. See what he had to say.
If you've had a chance to see a video that has been going viral.
I know, right? It's not cold at all for you, I'm sure. Especially you guys in colder weather. It's nothing.
Hour or so. We're still working to clear it and show.
I wonder if that's an old post he made, because I don't think the lizards would be dropping out of the trees at 70, 60 degrees.
It. In fact, the Hollywood celebrity who posted it has now deleted it. I think because probably she faced a lot of backlash for it, noting even the New York Times and Fox News polls show that a majority of American respondents are in favor of deportations of criminals and gang members. She posted a video sobbing. She was crying in it. She said, "All my people are getting attacked," with the picture of a Mexican flag. Again, she has now taken that down. But what do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. What happened on our southern border last 4 years is the biggest national security threat this country's seen, at least in my lifetime, because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. We got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on the terrorist watch list. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operational apology. We're going to make our community safer. We're going to save. Once we lock that border on continuous operation, you're going to see fentanyl deaths decrease, illegal alien crime decrease, sex trafficking decrease. It's just all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward.
No apologies. Okay, they said Trump is talking. He's about to talk right now.
I want to thank you all and congratulate. This is a very big congratulations to our reelected House Republican majority on your largest popular vote. Did you know that since 1928? That's a long time, Mike, right? That's a long time. But I especially want to thank our outstanding leadership team. Speaker Mike Johnson, we all know so well. He's doing great. Majority Leader Steve Scalise, who's gone through so much, and he looks better today than he did 10 years ago. I don't know what's going on. Thank you very much, Steve. You look great. Majority Whip Tom Emmer. Tom, thank you. Great job. And House Conference Chair Lisa McClain. Lisa, thank you very much. Great job. Thanks as well to all of the incredible House members and staff for your tireless work on behalf of our country, along with Congressional Institute CEO Kelly Strickland. Thank you very much. Thank you. Kelly, thank you very much. So we have Kellyanne Conway. Nobody knows Kellyanne. Does anybody know? Where's Kellyanne? She's around. What? She's so good. She's a good person, too. She's a good person, too. And the mayor of Hialeah, I love this guy because he said, "Sir, we want to name a major boulevard after you." And he did it. Anybody that names a boulevard after me, I like him a lot. Esteban Bovo and Hialeah, mayor of Hialeah, thank you. Wherever you may be, Esteban, where are you? Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't like driving Hialeah.
Great honor, actually. A lot of people
try
come
to avoid Hialeah. I'm trying to avoid Miami at all costs.
They just named the road after you. I said, that's okay. It's a beginning, right? It's a start. With the help of everyone in this room, we've just won the most epic, consequential political victory in American history, according to a lot. one of the major fake newspapers. So in this case, it's not fake news, let's say, but they said it's the most consequential election victory in the last 129 years. I'm trying to figure out what that means, 120. Who was there 129 years ago? But it was a great one. At the presidential level, we won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in decades. We swept all 7 swing states, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada by very, very big margins, record-setting. And for the first time ever, all 50 states, did you know this? Shifted toward the Republican Party. We've never had that before. Nobody has, actually. It's never happened before. That's pretty good. You must be doing a good job, fellas. We won the largest number of African-American voters in Republican history, including 39% of black men, a record by a lot. So that's really nice. Thank you. And we won more Hispanic-American votes than any Republican ever. It's never won any, not even close. Look at that, Hispanic-American. We made historic strides with youth, men, women, urban, suburban, and rural voters. And in a political earthquake, yeah, sit down, just enjoy it. What the hell, we're going to be here for a little while. But in a political earthquake, we won a wave of support from labor unions, including massive numbers of auto workers, which gave us Michigan as an example. Think of that. We won Michigan easily, and we did tremendous with the auto workers. And an overwhelming majority of the rank and file membership of the Teamsters. The Teamsters were great. They showed up in droves, and we won them by a lot. Together, we're forging a new political majority that's shattering and replacing Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal coalition, which dominated American politics for over 100 years. That's what we're doing. And what Mike said before, common sense. It is a little bit of common sense. Maybe it's a lot of common sense. Under our leadership, the Republican Party has become the proud voice of hardworking American citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We've become the party of the American dream and wealth creation for everyone, not just the rich. If we do our job over the next 21 months, not only will House Republicans be reelected and expand our majority in 2026, we will cement a national governing coalition that will preserve American freedom for generations to come. There has never been anything like what's happened in politics in the last few years. Never been anything like it. Everybody, people of religion, everybody seems to be with us. I don't know how anybody could even vote for the other side. In many cases, they don't, but they do get credit for it. You'll have to think about that. I've raised a lot of money for the next race that I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again?
Oh, they're going to go crazy with that.
Get you involved in that argument. No, we raised a lot of money, a tremendous amount, and our teletown halls are something that's very special that nobody else is able to even contemplate using. We've gotten a lot of people elected with those teletown halls. We have 25,000, 30,000 people on just in a congressional area, and they win easy. It works for Elvis, the Beatles, and it doesn't work for anyone else, but it works for Trump. And we would have tremendous crowds on those calls, and I think I'll bet we got 35, 40 people elected because of the town halls. But I did say to them, and I said, this is the greatest, the person that sort of has the rights to it, and he happens to be a great Republican. I said, this is the greatest invention. This thing is going to make a fortune. He said, no, it's not that good, actually, because it only works for you. He said, actually, sir, it only works for you because somebody else they're not picking up. So I'm honored to have that privilege, and I used it carefully. But we've done a lot of the teletown halls for people, and I don't think we've ever lost one, right? It's hard to lose one, even if you only get 5,000 or 6,000 people on a congressional race. But we've done them for states, we've done them for governors, and we've done them for senators. And we did a couple countrywide. I did a couple for myself countrywide. They're absolutely amazing. And we got the message out through that and lots of other means. We even got it out through TikTok. Has anyone ever heard of TikTok? I have a little bias toward TikTok right now, I have to tell you. So we won youth by the largest margin. No Republican, we generally don't win youth. We won by 36 points. Can you imagine that? And I think TikTok had something to do. So pardon me if I'm a little bit, I became a little bit jaded toward TikTok, but we'll see what happens. We're going to have a lot of people bidding on it. And if we can save all that voice and all the jobs, and China won't be involved. You don't want China involved, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
What's good now? Smiley face.
But over the past 7 days, my
Deportations
administration has been
weird.
moving with
Zany
urgency
face.
and historic speed to reverse every single
Sandra,
disaster of
I'm
the
good.
Biden administration. By the way, the guy was a disaster, okay?
Oh, God. Oh,
You know,
Lord.
we want to be nice. And he's probably not listening right now because it's a little late. But, you know, I don't want him to listen. I don't want to
Tripping,
say
man.
it. I feel badly. I was, you know, making the inauguration speech, and I'm saying all the bad things. And he's sitting like right here. You know, I'm saying they were a horrible administration. They didn't know what they were doing. They were grossly incompetent. I got a guy sitting right next to me. It's not that easy to do, even though he didn't understand what I was saying. He really did. And deliver on the mandate that we've been given by the American people. In a single week, I've taken over 350 executive actions. We've signed 300, and who ever heard of that one? And as I said in my inaugural address, the American decline is over. It's over. The golden age of America has officially begun, and I think that's a good thing for us to talk about, the golden age and the American dream. I think it's a good thing because people haven't been talking that way for a long period of time. On day one, I directed every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and bring down the cost of daily life, and we're going to do that. You're going to see it starting to happen when we get going with the energy. The energy is going to, you know, brought everything up, and it's going to bring everything down. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze, isn't that nice? We get tired of giving massive amounts of money to countries that hate us, don't we? And I created the new Department of Government Efficiency, and I think it's going to be very meaningful. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Scam, one of the great scams in history. Actually, isn't it 12 years up? They gave us 12 years to live, right? I think that we passed it, right? We're still around. Can you believe it? You know, the person that really came up with it is a person that never even took a course on the environment. Was a poor student, not a good student.
Oh, God. Is he talking about
Didn't
AOC?
understand
No.
a lot. And she came up with this idea, and everybody all of a sudden started going. And then mainstream, you know, important Democrat leaders were starting, you know, they got sucked into it. And we've spent trillions of dollars on just like throwing it out the window. You could throw it out the window, you would have been better off. I withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord, and I canceled. It was so one-sided, you know. We had obligations, but Russia didn't, China didn't, other countries didn't. We paid everything. We're going to lose $1 trillion over a short period of time on that. And we had to do everything. They didn't have to do anything. It was ridiculous. And I canceled the insane and very costly electric vehicle mandate. So you can buy a car of your choice. If you like gasoline, go have it. And if you like hybrids are doing well. You can have it, or you can buy an electric car. We like electric. We like everything, but you have to have a right to buy everything. I withdrew from the World Health Organization, where we paid $500 million a year, and China paid just $39 million a year, despite a much larger population. How about that? So we're paying $500 million a year. China's paying $39 million a year. They have 1.4 billion people. We have, nobody knows what we have. So many people came across the border. Nobody has any idea. I used to say like 325, but we really don't know. But we're going to know soon. We're going to know. And I tell you, our people are doing Tom Homan and his staff are doing an incredible job getting the bad ones out. I declared a national energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold that's right under our feet, because we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. It's going to bring down prices, and your energy costs are going to go way down, and that'll happen, I think, relatively quickly. I'm going to give fast environmental approval for anybody building a plant for electric generation, and anybody that invests more than $1 billion will get super rapid approval. Not that they have to wait for 9 years, 14 years, like I approved LNG plants in Louisiana. They were waiting for so many years. It wasn't Louisiana's fault. It was some people, they just wouldn't get them done. You've got a snail here, a tiny tree here, and I got it done in a matter of a few days. I actually got it done. It took them 14 years. I got it done in about 3 days.
the people, as we called them, I'll never forget, I called them and I said, congratulations, you got your permit. What? They were so shell-shocked. They didn't know what the hell was happening. They're going to spend, and they spent about $16 billion on each plant, and they've been roaring since then. But we got them done in a matter of a few days. Over the past week, we've begun the largest deregulation campaign in history, far exceeding even the record-setting efforts in my first term. That was record-setting deregulation, and that was just as big as tax cuts as far as business and jobs were concerned, I'll tell you. I actually asked, it's interesting because I actually asked some of the biggest businessmen in the country, I said, let me ask you, have you had the choice between the big tax cuts? We cut it from 40% to 21%. We're going to cut it further. But we cut it down to 20. Everybody said that would be impossible. The people on the stage helped us with that one a lot. But I said, if you had your choice of that or the big deregulation cuts, what would you take? These are the guys that run the big companies, the big oil companies, the big companies of every kind. I said, would you take the big tax cut or the big cut in regulations? And I've never had anybody said they'll take the tax cut. They took the regulation cut. I'll bet I asked that question 100 times to 100 of the biggest people. They always said, sir, we'll take the regulation cut. You opened us up. You let us create all these jobs that we've all seen happen. So it was even bigger than the big tax cut. I also signed an order to end the weaponization of our government against the American people and investigate all abuses of power. And I stopped government censorship once and for all, and we brought back free speech to America. That's what happened. We're going to bring it back. Because we didn't have free speech. We didn't have free speech. I mean, I was investigated more than any human being in history. Alphonse Capone was a baby. Now, this was a serious killer, Scarface. You've all heard of Scarface. He had a scar for a reason. He didn't play games, but he was Scarface. Of course, nobody ever called him Scarface to his face. They said, Al, you look great today. I had a scar that was like 2 inches thick that ran from here to here. And they say, Al, you look fantastic. But Scarface was not investigated as much as your president was investigated. And it turned out to be a positive thing for me. Can you believe it? It turned out to be, we got a lot of votes. I think we got a lot of votes because they saw it was weaponization. It was a fight against a political opponent. I ordered the end to all of the lawless diversity, equity, and inclusion nonsense policies across the government and all across the private sector and the military. We got it. We're getting it out, and we've gotten it out pretty much. We did that in 1 week, and it wasn't that easy, but everybody wanted it. People that were strongly in favor of it, I thought, called me and said, thank God you got rid of that. That was so bad. It was so bad we hated it. We abolished 60 years of prejudice and hatred with the signing of one order, all approved by the Supreme Court of the United States. It was a big thing, and the United States has become a meritocracy again. We are a country that's based now on merit for success. Yeah. Merit. If you're good at what you do, you're going to go places. I made it and who would have thought that was going to happen? We didn't even talk about that one because I figured that one was going to be toughest to get. And so we are now, if you do a meritorious job, if you do something where you're just outstanding, you advance, and that's what it's about. It's about competition, and it's about a lot of things, and the other becomes a very dangerous plateau. We were on that plateau too long, and it's one of the reasons that you saw very bad things happening with our country. I made it the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
Oh, God.
Gee, that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Shit. Don't say that, Truck.
Some of these people say like 7 genders. I'm trying to say, go and name them. They got some weird stuff going on. No, we have 2 genders. I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and we are restoring the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley in Alaska in honor of the incredible people of the state of Ohio who loved their governor and loved the man that became president. He was the big tariff sheriff, they used to call him, and made a lot of money. Our country became very rich, and when he was assassinated, Teddy Roosevelt became president, and he spent all of that money that was made from tariffs. The money was so enormous, and they built the thing called the Panama Canal. You might have read about this lately. It's become a hot subject because China essentially has taken it over, and we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let that happen. It was the biggest investment to this day ever made by the country. In other words, if you bring it up to modern day numbers, we spent money that we've never spent anything so much. We've never had so many people die. 38,000 people died building the Panama Canal 110 years ago. And they gave it away for $1. It's also one of the most profitable things ever built. You know, ships are lined up back to Florida trying to get through. We're not going to let that happen. It wasn't the deal. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, sort of, I guess. But they haven't behaved properly. Perhaps most importantly, I declared a national emergency to stop the invasion of our southern border. We're going to stop that invasion. We've already done it. And today in Tijuana, you probably saw, I got a call from Tom Homan and some of the people. They said, sir, it's unbelievable. There is nobody. You have this huge area. It's a gathering area. It's always been packed with these people. What they did to our country is so unbelievable. That they could do this to our country is so horrible. But he said there's nobody there. And then they actually put it on television. I got to see it. And there was literally not one person, this vast area where people stay there all day long and they just walk right into our country. They just unchecked, no way, no check-in for IDs like voter ID. They don't want voter ID because they want to cheat. They wanted these people to come in because they want to cheat too. But who could allow this to happen? But there wasn't one person standing in this massive an area that's like 5 football fields that was packed for years under these horrible people that wanted to kill our country. We halted all illegal entry. We have successfully ended catch and release, and we're deporting 100% of all new trespassers apprehended at the border, and nobody's coming in, and nobody's coming now because they know they're not going to be able to come in. So we've really stopped something that was very, very serious. But we have to get the bad ones out. We have many murderers, many very bad people in our country that they've allowed because of a ridiculous, actually stupid, open border policy. I've also deployed troops to the border, and for the first time in history, we're locating and loading illegal aliens into military aircraft and flying them back to the places from which they came.
Fly them out, fly them back.
And very importantly, America is respected again. We're respected again. Isn't that nice? You know, after years of laughing at us like we're stupid people. And as you saw yesterday, we've made it clear to every country that they will be taking back our people that we're sending out, the criminals, the illegal aliens coming from their countries. We're taking them back, and they're going to take them back fast. And if they don't, they'll pay a very high economic price, and we're going to immediately install massive tariffs. It'll be placed on them and other sanctions, but the tariffs, I told you, most beautiful word in the dictionary. I also told you that I said that the first time, and I got just absolutely decimated by the fake news, you know. I said it's the most beautiful word, and the fake news said, what about religion? What about God? What about love? So now I say it's the 4th most favorite word in the dictionary. It's God, love, it's all these other things, but I say number 4, but God, love, religion, tariff, 4th. Another couple of weeks, it'll be like 10. Hopefully it's going to stay in the top 10, but the fake news went after me, Tom, because I didn't say the first 3. And now now that I say it, immediately say it, I'm sure they're going to find some others. Throughout the week, the heroes of ICE have been hunting down and arresting hundreds of illegal alien criminals per day, including those with charges and convictions for rape, child sexual assault, terrorism, and even murder. Many murders in the crowd, and many of these murderers have committed far more than one murder. This is not going to work out, and we're going to get them the hell out of here. And members of the savage Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Agua and MS-13, including 50 violent individuals who were rounded up in Aurora, Colorado, which the Venezuelan gang took over. The governor, who's a radical left governor, was petrified. He didn't know what to do. He said, no, it's not that bad. They've only taken over a couple of apartment houses.
Mm-hmm.
See, they went into the real estate business. They did it unconventionally. They did it with guns. We have to go out and borrow or use cash to buy. They just did it with guns. They took over. He said, no, it's not that bad. They only took over a couple of buildings. We're tracking down the illegal alien criminals. We're detaining them, and we are throwing them the hell out of our country. We have no apologies, and we're moving forward very fast. They're very dangerous people. They're very dangerous people. They're violent people. I used to say these are more violent than our criminals. In fact, the best part about them is they make our criminals look quite nice, actually, by comparison. They are very violent people. We also have many violent criminals in our country, however, that did not necessarily come here illegally, but have been arrested 30 times, 35 times, 41, 42 times in a couple of cases, 25 times, 18 times.
Wow.
Many for murder and other heinous charges, such as pushing people into subways.
That too, yeah.
As the train's coming along at 45 miles an hour, boom, you get pushed into the subway. They had it last week. Hitting them in the head with baseball bats while they're not looking, punching old ladies in the face, knocking them unconscious and stealing their purse. They even break into apartments and rape elderly women and beat up elderly men, beat them to hell. And I don't want these violent repeat offenders in our country any more than I want illegal aliens from other countries who misbehave. And I say, and this is subject to getting it approved, but if they've been arrested many, many times, they're repeat offenders by many numbers, I want them out of our country. I also will be seeking permission to do so. We're going to get approval, hopefully, to get them the hell out of our country along with others. Let them be brought to a foreign land and maintained by others for a very small fee as opposed to be maintained in our jails for massive amounts of money, including the private prison companies that charge us a fortune. Now, let them be brought out of our country and let them live there for a while. Let's see how they like it. You'll see crime all over the country dry up. Essentially, that's what Venezuela and other countries are doing. They're getting rid of their criminals and putting them into the United States of America. And their crime is down by almost 80%. We're going to restore law and order in America, and we want to bring back the death penalty for these horrible people that kill people. They kill people. It's always a tough thing to say because I don't like it. Nobody likes it. But if you don't do it, we're just looking for trouble. I spent a lot of time with President Xi, and I'll never forget in my first meeting, I said, do you have a drug problem? No, we have no drug problem. Why is that? A quick trial. What is quick trial? Quick trial is we try the person that sells the drugs immediately, and at the end of the day, we execute that person if that person is guilty. We have no drug problem whatsoever, and that's the most severe case. But wherever you have no drug problem, you have the death penalty. So, and drugs causes a lot of the crime. A lot of the crime in our country is caused by drugs. It's a terrible situation. Comes through the southern border. Most of it is fentanyl coming in from China. And, you know, it's very interesting. China, when I was with President Xi, I had a deal worked out with him that they were going to give their maximum punishment, which is the death penalty to anybody making fentanyl and sending it into the United States. Then we had a very unusual result in an election. We had a rigged election. We had a very unusual result, and that went nowhere. It was all set to be, he would have absolutely done it. He was ready. We shook hands on it, and then Biden, of course, didn't follow it up. He didn't follow anything up. But if that would have happened, you would have had a lot less fentanyl deaths, I can tell you. You would have had very little fentanyl coming into the southern border. Last week, I also signed an order that will designate the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. That's a very big designation. And as we are fighting hard to get birthright citizenship or automatic citizenship for the children of illegal aliens, that's another way. It's automatic citizenship for children of illegal aliens. That's the other term that they use, which is actually more accurate, more understandable. And it's ridiculous. We're the only country that has it, and certainly the only country that has it to that extent. And it wasn't meant, if you look, it was really meant for children of slaves. This is when it happened. The children of slaves, it was not meant for everyone to come into our country by airplane or charging across the borders from all over the world and think they're going to become citizens. It's not meant for that. It wasn't meant for that. And hopefully at some point the courts will understand that without having to go through a whole big deal. This was meant for the children of slaves. And look at the timing of it, and you'll see. And I hope judges will understand that. And it has to stop, because it's really hurting our country very badly. In the coming weeks, I'm looking forward to working with Congress on a reconciliation bill that financially takes care of our plans to totally and permanently restore the sovereign borders of the United States once and for all. This should include full funding for a record increase in border security personnel and retention bonuses for ICE and Border Patrol. These people are incredible people. I got to know them so well. I was on the phone with them all the time when I was president. When she was the border czar, she never called them. Remember? We went like 4 years and they started asking her, did you ever speak to him? No. We asked the Border Patrol, did you ever speak to the head of the Border Patrol? Did you ever speak to the vice president who was your border czar? No, I never got to speak to her. This was a terrible thing that was going on. This was a con job. We also need a massive increase in the number of detention beds and funding for all border security infrastructure and barriers, including the completion of the border wall. We did 500 miles of wall, and that's one of the reasons we had the lowest number. You remember the famous chart that I looked to my right, bring down the chart, and I looked to my right, something went right by he. But that chart, I don't know if they have it now, frankly. I didn't tell them to bring it. But they're very competent people. They might. If you have the chart, put it up. If you don't, that's okay too. But that chart showed that we had the lowest number of illegals coming into our country in history. And I love the chart. Even if it didn't show that, I would have loved that chart. Because that chart, I wouldn't be here right now without that particular chart. But it was pretty amazing. It was really amazing. And we did a great job. We had the week I left office, we had the lowest number of illegal immigrants coming into our country that we ever had. Simultaneously, we must make a record investment in interior enforcement, including deportation flights and aircraft, as well as funding for our new task force to eradicate the presence of foreign gangs. We have some of the worst foreign gangs. It's not even believable. And criminal networks that have brought devastating crime to American soil. We're getting them all out. We're getting them all out. I won on that, It's like some people explain it very well. They say, gee whiz, they look at the people. As you know, in Colombia, they agreed with us almost immediately after I got involved. And Marco Rubio and I worked together. He did a great job. And we really did. And Mike Waltz, we have a great group of people. But we were being scolded because we had them in shackles in an airplane. And he said, this is no way to treat people. Now, you got to understand, these are murderers, drug lords, gang members, just the toughest people you've ever met or seen. How would you like to be the pilot of a plane? You got two pilots up there, and you got 300 people sitting in a plane. Every one of them either a murderer, a drug lord, a kingpin of some kind, the head of the mob, or a gang member, and you're flying that plane. It's not going to end well. Do you ever see the movie Con Air? That's what, yeah, except here's the difference. The people in Con Air were actors. They weren't nearly as tough as these guys. I would say that plane would be gone before it ever left. Those pilots would be gone before it ever left. So they don't want us to shackle them. I don't want to be in that plane. I want to thank every Republican House member for voting to pass the Lake and Riley Act, the first enforcement only bill that's been passed in 3 decades. I met the parents of Laken, and they were incredible people. They were just so devastated. I mean, can't even explain to you. You can't say somebody's life is over, but essentially their life is so different, and it can never be the same. She was beautiful. She was great person. But to have a bill of such importance named after her is a great tribute. But what these parents, and you have so many of them, where they've lost a loved one to crime, but to this new form of crime, criminal, illegal aliens, it's massive. The numbers are massive, and you add that to the crime we already had. This shows the potential for additional enforcement bills that will help us crack down on criminal aliens and totally restore the rule of law in our country. I'm also eager to get to work with Congress on the largest package of tax cuts and reforms in American history. We've got to get that done. And we don't want to get hung up on the budget process. We just want, whether it's one bill, two bills, I don't care. Let these guys, they're going to work it out. They're going to work it out one way or the other. But the bottom line, the end result is going to be the same. We want to have all of those benefits. And we want to keep people's taxes low and actually make them lower. And that's not just rich people. That's everybody. It's, frankly, proportionately the lower scale, much more so than a higher scale. Not only must we permanently extend the Trump tax cuts, if we don't, you're going to have about a 60% tax increase. But I also intend to keep my promises, starting with no tax on tips, no tax on tips, Social Security, and no tax on overtime. We're working very hard to get them done, and we are. I went to Nevada just this last couple of days. Started off in North Carolina because I didn't want to forget the people of North Carolina were treated so badly by FEMA. And they came to me, they said, "Sir, you're going to California tomorrow." I said, "Well, what about North Carolina?" "Well, we'll do that another time." And I said, "No, we won't. I'm stopping in North Carolina first." And we stopped there. We met great people. Franklin Graham has done a fantastic job. He's done a great job, but others also. And I met people that were devastated. The Democrat Party with FEMA, their FEMA did absolutely nothing. And we have it worked out. Your congressmen are helping very much there. Your three Congress people are working very hard on that whole thing, along with Michael Watley. And Laura wants to be involved too. Laura Trump, she's doing great jobs. She's done a great. Michael and Laura have been unbelievable as the head of the RNC. They've been unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know why I picked Michael? I said, who ran North Carolina? Tell me. Because in the 2016 election, we did so well. And then in 2020, we did great in North Carolina. But others, we watched, ping. What the hell's going on? But with North Carolina, when he had 601 lawyers working for him, and they didn't play games in North Carolina, I said, that's the guy I want to run it. And Michael Watley has done an unbelievable job, and he worked with Laura so well. She comes from that state, from North Carolina. They've done such an incredible job. So thank you very much. I want to just thank you in front of leadership. Incredible. And I really don't want to give him another job, to be honest. That's the most important job. He said, "Sir, I'll go anywhere." I said, "I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to stay where you are. We'll give you plenty of money to get the job done, right? But we don't want to lose it." I mean, he could do anything, actually, but he's a very talented person. There's nothing more important because we have to win in 2 years or we have to win in 4 years. There's nobody better to head it up. So thank you very much, Michael, and really stand up. We're just an incredible job. Really amazing. I wanted to save that for leadership because I say it all the time. People don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but leadership knows what I'm talking about, and it's really incredible. The two of you as a team are unbelievable. Our administration will also be working to implement the Make It in America plan that I outlined very successfully in my campaign. I think my campaign, I really focused on the border more than anything else. A lot of people said the biggest thing was inflation and the economy, and then maybe the border was third. I always felt the border was first because I felt that people could really understand that you can't have people pouring in from the prisons all over the world and from mental institutions all over the world and dumped into our country. So I talked about that much more so than I did inflation. I mean, inflation was terrible. It was the worst. I think it was the worst in the history of our country. But you can only talk about it so long. The price of apples doubled. The price of bacon is quadrupled. Everything is a disaster. And you say it, and then what do you do? With this, I could give examples of what they're doing to destroy our country, and I felt it was the strongest thing. It's funny, in 2016, I won on the border. In 2020, we did so well, I couldn't talk about the border. My people would say, "Sir, don't bring up the border. Nobody wants to hear it." I said, "No, I did a great job." It was a horrible border in 2016, but that border was beautiful compared to what we have now. So I didn't talk about it, and we did great. I mean, look, I got millions of more votes in 2020 than I got in 2016. Nobody ever got the most votes of any Republican in history in 2020. But this time I said, let's make it too big to rig. We're going to make it too big to rig, and that's what happened, and they couldn't. They tried. They tried, these cheating guys, these cheating people, but they tried, but they gave up. I brought taxes down from 40% to 21%, which everybody said was impossible, and I did it with these people up here and a lot of the people there. A great congressman. I want to name every one of them, but I'd be naming them all night. I'm looking at them. Look at all these people. They're great. They're so great, Russell and you. And every single Virginia. Look at Virginia. She's a killer. Nobody would know she's a killer. But I got all these congressmen. I want to name every one of them, but I got like 100 and something things. People would say, let's get the hell out of here. This is getting very boring, right? But I will tell you, as a group and individually, they're incredible people. Every one of them I like, although every once in a while, if somebody votes against me, I don't like him for a little while. But we like every one of them. And this guy has the ability to get along with everybody, which he has to when you have a majority of really 5. You know, they say 1, but it will be. But right now it's 1. I want to make him sound a little bit. But he has an ability to get along with people, and he's very smart, very tough. But everyone likes him because he's a high-quality person, very religious person, and he's a high-quality person. You know, we have other guys here, and I know that everybody likes them, but they're like, one of them in particular, I love this guy so much. I won't name him because I don't want to embarrass him, but I don't know if he'd be happy or not happy, but he's very, very strong, very, very popular, but he has 36 people that won't vote for him. It's 36. That's not a lot. That's a small percentage. Tom is incredible, but Tom has a couple of people that probably have been beaten badly and beaten up. You beat up some people badly, and it's a little tougher. But he's done an unbelievable job. I've become friendly with him. I didn't really know him. And over the last year or so, I've become friendly. He's incredible. He's an incredible leader. You really are. But you have a couple of people that maybe more than one. Let me put it that way. They all love him. Your wife loves you. That I can tell you. He's got a great. Where are you? Where are you? Stand up, please. Just stand up. Come on. What a great wife and family. It's true. Thank you. She is a great. Look at her. She's very popular, isn't she? Huh? She's great. More than you. You're very popular. And now I'm bringing them down. I'm bringing the taxes down from 21 to 15%, but only if they make their product in America. So if they make their product in America, we're bringing it down. So if you think about it, we took it down from 40 to 15%. But again, you keep 21, but you go down to 15 if you make your product here. We are going to have so many business moving back into our country. And remember, again, the word tariff. We're going to protect our people and our businesses, and we're going to protect our country with tariffs. And you got a little indication of that yesterday with what happened with a very strong country. Colombia is traditionally a very, very strong-willed country. If they don't make their product in America, then very simply they should have to pay a tariff, which will bring in trillions of dollars into our treasury from countries that never paid us 10 cents. We're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let them destroy our country. In the words of President McKinley, who is the tariff king, the protective system invokes the highest law of nature, that a self-preservation, and that is self-preservation. There is every reason founded in justice why the American producer should in every way be favored against a foreign producer whose products compete with his. This is our natural market. We have made it. We have made it an enormous cost, capital, and exertion. And think of this. And we did that through exertion and brain and muscle and guts and stamina. We preserved it against foreign wars and domestic conflicts at great sacrifice of men and women. The foreign producer has contributed nothing to the growth or development of this country. So if you want to share with the citizens of the United States our home market, then you must pay for the privilege of doing it. In other words, you have to pay for the privilege of coming into our country, taking our jobs, taking our product, destroying our countries. We mentioned North Carolina, the furniture business, what they've done to these great artisans. I used to go down to North Carolina all the time to buy furniture for hotels that I was building. And they had the most incredible artisans. That whole thing was wiped out by China mostly, but others. And just wiped out. But it's going to come back. It's going to come roaring back. It's all going to come roaring back. We're going to put tariffs on outside countries and outside people that really mean us harm They want it. Well, they mean us harm, but they basically want to make their country good. Look at what others do. China's a tremendous tariff maker, and India and Brazil and so many countries. And so we're not going to let that happen any longer, because we're going to put America first. Always put America first. That's what's going to happen. We're going to establish a very fair system where money is going to come into our coffers, and America is going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary, because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money, and that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right? Under the American First economic model, as tariffs on other countries go up, taxes on American workers and businesses will come down, and massive numbers of jobs and factories will come home. The job creation will be enormous. In particular, if you look at the automobile sector, I mean, we're just being wiped out. You just take a look at what's happened to that over the years. And the auto workers voted for me. I have an obligation to do what's right, and I'm going to do that. Do you know, in Mexico, they were going to build the largest auto plant anywhere in the world, and it was during the campaign, my most recent campaign, and a very great gentleman, all he does is he builds auto plants. He was building this factory, and I said, how's it going? I said, I want to go around and take a look at one of your factories that you're building, one of the big ones, one of the good ones. I said, okay, are you ready? When are you going to do it? This is 9 months ago. He said, you'll have to go to Mexico. I said, what about the United States? He said, we're putting up a couple, but they're small. He's the biggest guy at doing that. He said, in Mexico, they're building massive automobile factories. I said, you mean they're doing it? And who's the owner of the factories? He said, mostly China. One in particular is massive, and it's built fairly close to the border. So they were going to build cars and send them into the United States for no tax or very little tax, and destroy Detroit, just destroy the rest of it, what's left of it. Because Mexico's taken 32% of our business over 30 years. And the other one is Canada. Canada's taken massive amounts of, they send us millions of cars. We don't need them for that. We want to have the cars made in Detroit or South Carolina or many other locations, whether it's union or not union. But I said to him, so when is this plant going to open? He said, well, we're going to start it in a couple of months, and it'll be open in about a year and a half. It's the largest plant in the world. I said, I'm not happy with that. And I said in my next speech that I am going to charge them, if it takes 100% or 200%, no car is coming in from Mexico into the United States without a massive tariff. And I said it 3 or 4 times. And what happened is about 2 months later, I see that same gentleman who was in the audience, and I said, I want to see him backstage after I'm finished with the speech. And I met him backstage, and I said, John, let me ask you, what happened with that plant? Where is it now? He said, sir, China's canceled it. Why? Because they think you're going to be elected, and they thought you were going to charge big tariffs on the cars coming in, and it doesn't work if you're going to charge. So they canceled the plant, and Detroit now will breathe, and we're going to do just the opposite. We're going to have these companies come in, and they can build that plant if they want, but they have to build it across the line. They have to build it in the United States. Amazing. Amazing. We did so many things, and we weren't even elected yet. That would have been a disaster If that plant were built, it would have been a disaster. That would have wiped out. That was bigger than most of the factories put together, the auto plants put together. In particular, in the very near future, we're going to be placing tariffs on foreign production of computer chips, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals to return production of these essential goods to the United States of America. They left us and they went to Taiwan, which is about 98% of the chip business, by the way. And we want them to come back. And we don't want to give them billions of dollars like this ridiculous program that Biden has. Give everybody billions of dollars. They already have billions of dollars. They've got nothing but money, Joe. They didn't need money. They needed an incentive. And the incentive is going to be they're not going to want to pay a 25, 50, or even 100% tax. They're going to build their factory with their own money. We don't have to give them money. They're going to come in because it's good for them to come in. They're giving them money. They don't even know what they're going to do with it. I had people tell me, we have no idea. We didn't need money. They don't know if they're probably going to use the money to build in other places, other countries. It's a ridiculous plan, very expensive and ridiculous. The only way you'll get out of this is to build your plant. If you want to stop paying the taxes or the tariffs, you have to build your plant right here in America. That's what's going to happen at record levels. We're going to have more plants built in the next short period of time than anybody ever envisioned before, because the incentive is going to be there, because they have no tariff whatsoever. In fact, they have help from us if they build their plant in America. And we're going to look at pharmaceuticals, drugs. We're going to look at chips, semiconductors, and we're going to look at steel and some other industries. And you're going to see things happening. If I didn't put on the massive steel tariffs, you wouldn't have one steel plant right now in the United States. If I didn't put on the tariffs on washing machines, dryers, and the like, you wouldn't in Ohio. You would have lost all of those companies that made washing machines and dryers. Jim Jordan is the one that got me started. Was Jim here by any chance? Is Jim here? Where is Jim? Where's Jim? Oh, look at him. Wow. That's not a great seat for a man of such power. Do you know that Jim has he's a great wrestler. He was All-American wrestler 3 times, 128 and 1. That's not a bad record, and that's the way he fights, too. But he has a better record. Undefeated as a wrestler in high school. And I say, how can you do that? Because a freshman can't beat a senior. But he figured out how to beat seniors. So I stand up again, Jim. Let's give you a hand as a wrestler. As a wrestler, big head. As a politician, very good. But Jim, is it true that we went up there, remember we had 25,000 people standing in the streets in this little beautiful town with Whirlpool, right? And they were going to close up their factories because South Korea was dumping washing machines and other things like that, and they were dumping. And we put a 50% tariff, and it's 75, even 100%. And now they're thriving, right? Without Trump, they would have been closed up. But Jim was the one that got me involved. Are you guys all happy with Jim? Do you like him? Because I like him. I like him, right? We like Jim. What's not to like? He gets on television. He's like a wrestler. He's got this boom, 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 boom. It's very impressive, Jim. Anyway, it's good to see you. I like that guy a lot. I like a lot of the people in the audience a lot. I like the people in this room. We have the same basic philosophy. We have the same thoughts. What's not to like? But I'll also be placing tariffs on steel, aluminum, and copper, and things that we need for our military. We have to bring production back to our country. You know, there was a time when we made 1 ship a day, and now we can't build a ship. We don't know what the hell we're doing. It's all gone to other locations and other lands. And to further return production to the United States, we're going to environmentally free up our rare earth minerals. We have some unbelievable sites. We have some of the best rare earth anywhere in the world, but we're not allowed to use it because the environmentalists got there first. They said, you cannot touch that land. I look at the land. It looks like every other piece of land. What is it? Well, this is very protected. They have no idea what they're doing to our country. They use the environment to stop progress, so we're not going to let that happen. We have Lee Zeldin. I don't know if Lee's here today, but Lee Zeldin is going to be fantastic. He's going to head up the whole environmental. And I said, Lee, if we have we put in for a power plant, and if we don't get the approval, like that you can start within 12 days, 1 day would be even better, but 12 days, 14 days, see what you can do. And Lee's great. Lee knows what's good and he knows what's bad, and he'll be very fair, but we have to get it moving because some of these jobs, like the ones in Louisiana, they were 14, 15 years, they couldn't get their approvals. We can't let that happen. When people come here with massive amounts of money, they want to start, they want to go. And we know what's good and we know what's bad too. And Lee Zeldin's going to do a great job environmentally. As we fix our tax system, we could also cut colossal amounts of government waste, fraud, and abuse, of which there's a lot. But tonight, I restate my pledge from the campaign. I will not sign any bill that cuts even a single penny from Medicare or Social Security for our great seniors. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. We'll not touch those benefits in any way, shape, or form. I want to use that because during the campaign, they had these fake ads that Trump is going to cut Social Security. No, they're the ones that are going to cut it because the country's going to go bankrupt under them. And that's why it's going to cut, because they're not going to have a choice. Not that they're saying we're going to cut it, but our country was heading for absolute bankruptcy. Using reconciliation, I also look forward to working with you to make our energy policies permanent and making our historic deregulation efforts a fixture of U.S. law so that no future president, like they did with Anwar. I got Anwar approved. Nobody could do it, including Ronald Reagan in Alaska. It's the largest site, potentially the largest site in the world, larger than Saudi Arabia. And I got it done. Ronald Reagan couldn't get it. Nobody could get it done. They tried, but they couldn't get it done. I got it done. And the first thing they did was end Anwar in Alaska. The biggest, most powerful site maybe anywhere in the world, and we got it done, and we're going to get it done again very quickly. Now, I think I do it with an executive order because they didn't go through Congress. I got it approved through Congress. So I think we get it done fast. But it's going to be, that can supply all of Asia with its location. All of Asia can be supplied by Anwar. So there's so many things, but we don't want to have any future president ever sabotage our economy with out-of-control regulations as the last two Democrat presidents have done. They went crazy. Last week I signed an order revoking Joe Biden's destructive artificial intelligence regulations so that AI companies can once again focus on being the best, not just being the most woke. And today and over the last couple of days, I've been reading about China
on base
and
metal
some of the
production within
companies.
USA, but until then it is killing small businesses who produces tools. Even my jewelry tool community.
This much money, I view that as a positive, as an asset. So I really think if it's fact and if it's true, and nobody really knows if it is, but I view that as a positive because you'll be doing that too. So you won't be spending as much and you'll get the same result, hopefully. The release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call for our industries that we need to be laser focused on competing to win because we have the greatest scientists in the world. Even Chinese leadership told me that. They said you have the most brilliant scientists in the world in Seattle and various places. But Silicon Valley, they said, there's nobody like those people. This is very unusual when you hear a DeepSeek, when you hear somebody come up with something. We always have the ideas. We're always first. So I would say that's a positive. That could be very much a positive development. So instead of spending billions and billions, you'll spend less and you'll come up with hopefully the same solution. Under the Trump administration, we're going to unleash our tech companies and we're going to dominate the future like never before. And finally, we need to work together on a defense bill that once again fully rebuilds our military for our great warriors. We have to have a strong, strong defense. And in a little while, I'll be signing 4 new executive orders. First is that I'm directing our new Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, who's going to be great, by the way. Thank you for the support. Thank you very much for the support. You really did support him greatly. I think he's going to be fantastic. I know him very well. I think he's going to be fantastic. He's what we need. To immediately begin the construction of a state-of-the-art Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will be able to protect Americans. You know, we protect other countries, but we don't protect ourselves. And when Ronald Reagan wanted to do it many years ago, luckily we didn't. We didn't have the technology then. It was a concept, but we didn't. And now we have phenomenal technology. You see that with Israel. We're out of 319 rockets. They knocked down just about every one of them. So I think the United States is entitled to that. And everything will be made right here in the USA, 100%. And next, to ensure that we have the most lethal fighting force in the world, we will get transgender ideology the hell out of our military. In addition, we will stop our service members from being indoctrinated with radical left ideologies such as critical race theory. We're going to stop it. It's already been stopped. It's already been halted, totally halted. And finally, we will offer full reinstatement to any service member who was expelled from the armed forces due to the COVID vaccine mandate. And we will restore them to their former rank with full pay. And I think we're going to have a lot of people that join. And one thing I'll say, if you looked at our recruitment over the last week or so, 2 weeks, it's through the roof. You know, we were having a lot of people weren't signing. We were having a hard time recruiting people because they were looking at these people that they were supposed to be their leaders, and they weren't happy. They didn't like people that fall going upstairs. If you're going to fall, at least go downstairs from the plane. That triple fall. I use that thing in more ads. I didn't have an ad where I didn't put that in. Just a little quick 1, 2, 3. Reminded me of Joe Frazier when he went down, right? George Foreman, Joe Frazier. 3 falls in a matter of seconds. I said, can you speed it up a little bit? People are getting tired of it. But no, we have now the best recruitment we've seen in a long time. There's a tremendous number of people wanting to sign up. January 20th, 2025 was a turning point in American history. Starting last week, we're ending years of incompetence, radicalism, and betrayal. And we're ushering in the most exhilarating era of reform and renewal in the 250-year history of our country. And just in conclusion, I just want to say that this has been a very exciting and will be a very exciting new chapter. There's nothing we cannot achieve as long as the Republican Party remains united. I hope you can remain united. And it's one thing I give the Democrats a lot of credit for because, you know, they have lousy policy. I think, frankly, half of them are totally crazy. But they do stick together. They stick together on stuff that nobody can. I mean, how can you want prisons emptied out into our country? They stick together. They stick together on everything. Impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2. They stick together. Although I must tell you, you gave me great support during those 2 problems. Those 2 fake witch hunts, which have now turned out to be totally fake and disgusting. But you gave me tremendous support. But the Republican Party has to stick together. We just can't have people going, 1, 2, 3 votes. And we don't have that luxury. It would be different if we had a 20-point, 30-person majority, but we don't. We have to help leadership. And, you can be assured that you have certain philosophies, that if you're going to have most of the people, almost all of them, voting for something, you're going to be okay. It's not going to be bad. You have to stick together. It's the one thing that I would say we don't get very high marks. Everything is so hard. We always have 2 or 3 or 5 or something, people that just don't want to do it. And you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Make life easy. You just got to do it. So right now we have a very special period because we have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the White House. And we're a team, and we're a really good team. And I appreciate so many times, and like even with Mike, I called 3 or 4 people, and they said, okay, sir, I'll do it. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote positively. And they're very happy they did now. But when I called, we've gotten such a great response. We just had that happen with Pete Hegseth, and we have it happening with others. But we really appreciate it with the House. The House has been, it's a very difficult situation when you have that small a majority. But in a certain way, it brings you together. It actually can unify more than anybody would ever know. And a victory is sweeter, as they say, because of it. And I think we're going to have a lot of victories, but we have to stick together. We have to work together. We have to fight together. And we're going to win together. We're going to win like never before. We have a chance to win like never before. As long as we stay united, the 119th Congress will be remembered as the most successful and accomplished Republican majority in American history. I believe that. I think we have a chance of doing it. All right? And in January 2027, we will have a larger Republican House, a larger Republican Senate, and our country will be richer, safer, stronger, prouder, greater, freer, and ever before. I really think that we're going to have some big victories coming up, and I'm going to be helping every single one of you. I'm raising a lot of money, and I want to use it for the House, and I want to use it for the Senate. I've raised a lot of money, And, I told my people, we raised $1.7 billion. They raised $2.6 billion. They have the unions with, checkoffs, which is always tough, $10 a month times millions and millions of people. And then we won. And we won by a lot. And they wanted to go out, and they still haven't raised it. They're trying to raise $28 million. They cannot raise 10 cents. It's good to win, I will tell you. It's really good to win, but they can't raise money. But I told my people the morning after. Now, normally, because we have so many donors here and so many people that I love and respect, a lot of great friends of mine, but I told my people, Meredith and Susie, by the way, how good is Susie? The Ice Maiden. Where is the Ice Maiden? She is so great. She is so good. Stand up, Susie. The Ice Maiden, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at that. Most powerful woman in the world, they say. Most powerful woman in the world. She's made of ice. She's great. No, when I came to Florida, Florida was a Democrat state. Had a Democrat governor. They had one Democrat senator. It was largely a Democrat state. And through various reasons, I ended up with Susie running the campaign, and she was unbelievable. We won it in a landslide. And then the second time, we won it in an even bigger landslide. And when it came time to choosing somebody to run the campaign, the whole campaign, I said, what about Susie from Florida? She never lost. I won every primary. I won every. I didn't lose anything. And it was a Democrat state. And it was a landslide both times. And all of the Republican stuff was almost like it didn't even exist. It was amazing. And I said, what about Susie? Well, sir, a woman has never been in this position before. I said, really? Oh, by the way, we have Kellyanne Conway. She didn't do too badly either, right? She did a great job, 2016. And when it came time to chief of staff, do you know that there has never been a woman chief of staff? But there is now. There is now, right? I didn't know that. I'm so surprised. I'm very surprised. But it came time to running the campaign, and I said, well, I've never had a loss with Susie. She comes from great stock, Pat Summerall is her father. Pat Summerall was a football player, great football player, but a really great announcer, really the voice of the NFL for 27 years or something. He was great, and a leader. He worked with John Madden, and he was able to get John Madden to do things that nobody else could do. They'd say, Pat, John is really difficult. Now, John was a difficult guy, but he got big ratings, and he was good. And Pat would go up, come on, John, let's get this done. Come on. I know you don't like the heads of the company. That's it. They're paying you a lot of money. Come on, John, let's get it done. And he'd go and do it. And this went on for, 27 years, right? But he was a leader, her father. And, this is somebody that has the gene. I'll tell you, she's great. And she's done a fantastic job. So she was so good with the campaign. I said, let's let her do the campaign. And it was flawless. And again, I said before, we had to win a lot of votes because it's crooked as hell. And I hope you can go to voter ID and same-day voting and paper ballots and all of those things, because ultimately we'll never lose a race if you do that. I'm telling you, you'll never lose a race. And I hope you can get that. And that's said to the governors mostly, but you people have a lot of power over it. But Susie ran the race, and we did phenomenally, and then we just made her the chief of staff, and she's doing great. They say it was the greatest opening week in presidential history, and I think, it couldn't be a hell of a lot better. Even CNN is saying, this guy is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I said, did CNN really say that? Because nobody watches, so nobody was able to confirm it. But it was pretty amazing. Oh, the camera just went off. It's always tough. Usually you get them by surprise. But I just want to thank everybody. We're going to make this tremendously successful. I believe we're going to have one of the greatest 4 years in the history of our country. We're going to turn it around quickly, and then we're going to go on and we're going to progress like nobody ever thought possible. And I want to thank these great 4 people, because they really are leaders and they're phenomenal people. And I want to thank all of my friends in the audience, many of whom are congressmen and congresswomen and people that have just tremendous talent. Every single one of you, I know every one of you, and you have tremendous talent. And if we stick and if we fight together, there's nobody can stop us. We're going to have, because they have bad policy. Their policy is so bad. Nobody could win with this policy. Nobody. And we have the best policy. And again, as they say, and we say, and I've been saying for a long time, we're the party of common sense. And we're the party that's going to have the best 4 years ever. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. That's some I said, yeah, man. All right, so definitely a longer stream than I anticipated. I was just going to come on and play the clips and get off, but Trump ended up speaking out of Miami, so I just stayed on a bit longer for that. I could show a few quick clips. I said, yeah, man. Anti-deportation mob tears down American flags in Dallas. ICE shows up at these protests. Let's see. They're pissed. A lot of people are pissed. A lot of people are angry. Oh man, chaos. Another one here.
Mi gente.
This guy, it says illegal migrant in Fresno, California, reporting that illegals are getting pissed off. The U.S. border and ICE have started having vehicles show up at auction sales where illegals are known to come and buy large amounts of product for cheap and resell. Oh, no.
Se puso cabrón para acá, para el lado de Fresno también. Para la gente
the people who like
gusta ir a los remates.
To go to the auctions, be careful.
Ahorita,
right now,
en la mañana, miré para el lado de Sanger, había como unas 3 patrullas.
There's patrol cars out there, people looking for them, man. So tensions are high. I said, yeah, man. They cut the feed. Minnesota Attorney General Ellison says he has no fear of the Trump administration. Is putting his foot down. I'm not taking it. I'm not putting up with it. And he says that his state will not cooperate with ICE agents.
To cooperate with. Hello, friends. Keith Ellison here, Attorney General for the state of Minnesota. Recently, Trump official just issued a memorandum threatening local law enforcement with jail and investigation if they do not cooperate with federal law enforcement and immigration officials. There's nothing in American law that requires local officials to cooperate with federal law enforcement officials. In fact, the scarce resources of our state should be devoted to the business of our state, and the federal government should focus on its own business. It's not the job of local law enforcement to carry out the dictates of the Trump administration. In fact, they've tried this before when they were in power, and they lost just about all the time they were in court when they tried to coerce states into being their little deputies. So let me just say that I have no fear of the Trump administration. Absolutely not. And we're going to devote the resources of our state to our state business, not immigration business.
That's your job's not our problem. Somebody posted too that this is brilliant. I haven't watched this video yet.
Martin Luther King had a dream that we would be judged by the content of our character and not by the color of our skin. And now, like, they're removing all these DEI programs, which means we're going to have to be judged by the content of our character and not by the color of our... Oh, wait.
Oh, God. Lord about it. Lord. Let's see what else. Just some... They're saying, I don't know if this is true. They're saying that now the president, there was the Colombian president. Now they're saying the president of Honduras is pissed off too now with Trump. The Colombian president conceded. Now, I don't know, Este posted that the Honduras president is pissed off. Let me see.
Cooperación con Estados Unidos, especialmente en el campo militar, en el que sin pagar un centavo.
Without paying us, what she said? Corporation policies with the United States, especially in the military field, in which, without paying a cent for decades, they maintain military bases in our territory, which in case...
Amiga, let me give you some advice. So, you know, I have a little bit of formidable experience here, right? There haven't been many ladies that had the cojones to go against Trump, right?
She impersonates Kamala Harris a lot. She's pretty funny. Esty. This is...
Today is Lucas's 31st.
This, I don't know where this clip came from. I just saw it while I was scrolling and listening to Trump. It's kind of like funny, though. I don't know. It's a viral post. I don't know where this came from.
Today is Lucas's 31st birthday. So by my calculations,
Lucas don't look too happy.
Lucas still has another 38 years left to deal with me.
Damn. Call me not. Call me law. Oh man. All right. Anything else? There was this other thing. I guess I'll leave it on this. Well, there's two clips, but I think I'll leave it on this. There's this guy. Apparently, this is kind of floating around. This is kind of blowing up now from earlier today. But this guy allegedly, Kyle Hickey, allegedly, this guy's been posting "Kill your local MAGA," and this guy works at Blizzard. You know, World of Warcraft, whatever. I forgot what other games they've made. They've made other games. Blizzard, StarCraft. You know, they said this guy, Blizzard technical artist and associate art director of Gearbox, both wish death to 50% of America in a post and likes to their public Facebook. This is the type of atmosphere that Activision president Rob Kostich is fostering as he doubles down on woke DEI and SCG today. What's SCG? Is that something new? Inglés Embereras? What is SCG? Some Spanish thing? Oh, stands for Environmental Social Governance. Okay. I think it was like ESL or something. HR turns a blind eye to open calls for violence and death at the studios. They've gotten away with this for years and mistakenly thought they were protected and on the right side of history. I don't know. I saw a couple of posts from this guy, but people are tagging it. People are blowing this guy up. So I saw that blowing up online. I guess that's it. There's so much going on with this stuff, man. There's so much going on right now with this immigration stuff, and people are really freaked out and, you know, very emotional about it. The Colombian president got caught, man. What's up with you, brah? Got caught. Oh, man. Anyway, I think I'm going to jump off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll jump on tonight. If there's like a chase or something tonight, I'll jump on. If there's like a chase or something pops up, standoff. If not, I'm probably just going to chill. We'll see what happens. We'll see what tomorrow brings or tonight. Who knows tonight? There's been a bunch of potential chases, but none of them have turned out to be anything really. So we'll see. Keep your notifications on. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button. There might be a chase now, but I'm gonna hop off anyway. If it happens, if the choppers actually get there, then I'll jump on. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. Katrina, I love the badge, man. That badge looks gangster. You and I think it was White Wolf are the only people that I've seen with that 4-year badge so far. Holy crap. I wonder. I know. There was almost 3 chases or something while I was streaming. I will definitely jump on if there's a chase tonight. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. Gracias.